everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal Spaz Phoenix, the YWC reality check. We've got a fuck ton of shit to talk about, and that is Jake fucking DeMarco. What's going on, buddy?
Yes, we do. We fucking do. This is a gigantic weekend for so.
Tech issues will not hold us down.
No, we are
Power
getting this
outages in the
preview
greater
up.
Toronto area will hold us down.
Did you say Toronto?
Yo, we
Yes, I
clutched
did
up
say
in Toronto,
It's
11.
hosting
You're
the
gonna
other
be
show.
there. That's right. You're gonna
I
be
am.
there this
Oh my
weekend to see
I'm
what?
gonna be there. I'm gonna be there Saturday and possibly still on Sunday morning.
If they keep you in the holding cell
right.
overnight, you're going to all out in
right.
Toronto. AEW.
Big weekend coming up. We got to talk about All Out. And first of all, people are going to say, oh my God, you guys are talking about something that's not All In. The only reason we're talking about this show at all is because I'm going. Let's just be perfectly frank with that. We're going to talk about WrestlePalooza as well, which is going to be better. We got some NXT stuff to talk about as well. But before we get into anything, I want to send a quick shout out, as usual, to our friends over at the Wrestling for Life Network, because they are running a fundraiser currently for the International Bipolar Foundation in accordance with, I believe, Big Nick's birthday is on Saturday.
Oh wow!
Pulling that off the top of my head.
Another
Anyway,
September,
so
baby.
So they are doing a fundraiser for the International Bipolar Foundation. If you guys follow the Wrestling for Life Network, guys, you know they talk a lot more. We tried to do it a little bit here as well, but they talk a lot about mental health, specifically men's mental health. So them doing some good fundraising work for the International Bipolar Foundation is no big surprise. They're good guys doing good stuff. I'm going to try and find the actual link to put down in the comment section below or in the description down below. But if I can't, or if I can't make it work, rather, anybody within the sound of my voice, please go to Facebook, find the Wrestling for Life Fans United Facebook page. The link to the fundraiser is on there because it is a Facebook-based fundraiser. Those guys are always doing some really, really cool shit. So go show them some love. They do great watch along.
They're huge advocates of mental health, men's health, and so much more. And you say men's health, like, oh, no, they don't exclude women. That's the exact opposite. The community's full with all different, people, both genders. I say both are included, and it's always a very welcoming thing. And funny enough, he's a September baby, so am I. So the 29th is my birthday, and I'm actually raising money for a charity as well.
Hey,
I'm raising money to the Buy Jake Whiskey and Beer charity. You guys can donate directly to Jake. I will provide you text details. There might be an asterisk next to beer, and that might mean we might change it to whiskey and cheeseburgers. You don't know. I got to talk to the CEO. But no, honestly, I'll just push it aside. Good on those guys. I cannot give them enough respect, and hopefully this little shout out means what it does to us, because it's great to always have someone there when you're watching wrestling. No one wants to watch alone, and they make sure of it. So thank you guys for all you do.
I'm gonna butcher their slogan. We're the wrestling fans you might not have in your real life, or something along those lines.
But it holds
love those
true.
Guys. Love all the success that they're having. KJ, Big Nick, Ringsider Anthony, they got Geekbox on there every now and then. Geekbox has got his fan reaction collabs, and Ringsider Anthony's doing the TNA stuff. But KJ and Nick are literally the best watch alongs in the game. So if you've been living under a rock and you're not already familiar with them, go check them out. They're really good dudes. Now you're stuck.
I get what you're saying, Taz. I get it. It's our alternate universe. It's you and me being evil salesmen. I get it. So you're saying if instead of Girl Scout cookies, we have Jake Scout cookies, and we just make them weed brownies. I understand your message clear as day. That's our new charity. They can donate right in the link down below. No, honestly,
profits would be high.
Hey. We're cashing in on all the success.
This is gonna be fun.
You and I have a lot to go through for this, and you wanted to touch on a great topic first.
I do.
What is our opening dialogue going to be about, sir?
Unfortunately, I didn't get to poke my head in and see your reaction for NXT Homecoming. NXT Homecoming was a lot of fun. The biggest thing I think coming out of that is the announcement that we've got Obafemi Trick Williams next week, title for title.
Yes.
And it's stirred up a lot of frustration, which has reinvigorated something that you and I have talked a lot about. Sooner or later, there's going to be an NXT versus TNA pay-per-view. And it seems like they're actually doing it now because
Yeah.
the whole relationship so far, and it's all storyline, so people getting out of bent out of shape like it's real can sit down and touch grass for a second. But everything that's gone has gone one way. Somebody from NXT won the women's title. Somebody from NXT won the men's title. You
Yeah.
know, they had Joe Hendry at WrestleMania, but then other people will say, "Oh yeah, but that's because they're trying to steal him," which isn't a thing. You can't own people. We stopped doing that quite a
But
bit
they
ago.
feel like they're
Uh,
poaching talent. Yeah.
yeah, but the only thing is okay, we're not gonna go on that diatribe. Funniest thing is about that, as far as literally signing over talent since the beginning of the WWE TNA deal, more have gone to AEW and been
Yeah.
misused incredibly.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about that later. But everything that people say, "Oh, the deal's bad, WWE's using them, rah rah rah," they're gonna use that mentality for the story because the whole idea that you've got 2 NXT talents on an NXT show fighting over the TNA title. If you
Yeah.
were in TNA in storyline, you'd be like, "Come on, guys, what the fuck?" Especially if you're Santana,
Yeah.
because he's set up for a title shot at what is it, Bound for
Bound for
Glory.
Glory, yeah. So now he's getting stuck waiting to see who he's even going to face because Trick
But if you
basically
saw
kidnapped the
it,
title.
if you stayed on the NXT Homecoming hashtag,
Yes.
everybody was coming for them.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody. Mustafa Ali was, Cedric Alexander was, Mike Santana was, the Iconics were, or sorry, the Inspiration
So before we get
were.
too far away, I'm gonna have you pause here for 1 second because my quick thoughts on Homecoming. It was very fun. I had a really unique kind of perspective brought forth onto me because I got to see the perspective from two different angles. I talked to one
Okay.
fan that did not watch any Black and Gold. They came in like just after like 2.0 was up and running, thought it was ridiculous, then came back and now are enjoying it a lot. Then I had a
Okay.
couple of fans that were diehards that have been there since it was a game show. And seeing both sides enjoy this in such a similar yet unique way. You know, one that didn't watch previously really enjoyed certain aspects, but it was like, DIY, they're nothing special. And I'm like, because you've only seen them really on SmackDown. They're great as a tag
Yeah.
team, but you haven't seen what we saw, the storytelling, the betrayal, all of it. It was beyond excellent. So were they heavy in the nostalgia? Yes, but they didn't do it because they
Yeah.
needed a pop. It was because it made sense with the Homecoming story they were telling, the way they presented
I
it.
will never understand. Sorry to cut
Yeah,
you off.
no, go.
I will never understand, "Oh, they only did that for the pop." You should be doing everything for the pop.
Well, people say, "Oh,
My
it's only the pop. Like, there's no substance.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no." But there was. They had a
But I used
narrative,
to
a
say
throughput all night long.
when the Wednesday Night War was going on, right? And even afterwards, when you had the occasional, "Oh, AEW had to move to Tuesdays for a night," or whatever,
Yeah.
and they would both load their shows. Please go back, everybody listening to me right now, there's an old NXT review that I did solo, and it's one of my favorite rants I've ever done. We were talking about it offline.
Yes.
There is a there is a podcast episode called, if I'm not mistaken, NXT beats AEW, the ratings, the sorry, NXT beats AEW, the ratings, the demo, and the moral high ground. That's what the
Mm,
episode is called.
there we go.
And it's just when
What a
they went head
name.
to head, and they went ridiculously head to head. They postponed the debut of Edge in AEW to go up
Yeah.
against NXT, which is a little bit ridiculous. And they did a bunch of other stuff. And they had Cody on there for a night. His dad was really formative in the beginning of NXT. It made
He was a
sense, and
huge
he was
part of it.
still
Yeah.
relative, but he was still relatively new. Like his return was still relatively new and all that kind of thing. But every time that they went head to head, even during the Wednesday Night War as well, the criticism you got from the other side, "Oh, we've announced this really cool match. Oh, we've announced this really cool concept. Oh, we've got this person visiting for the night and whatever."
Yeah.
And their
We're bringing
response,
this back. We're doing this. Whatever it is, they
yeah,
listen to
whatever,
fans.
whether it was something with some depth to it or whether it was just something for a pop on the night, and the response was always, "Well, they're only doing that so you'll watch."
No shit. That's the point.
That's
Yeah.
literally the mindset of putting together a show. Now,
But people
sorry,
forget
I'm
that.
trying to circle back to what I was saying,
Yes,
like,
please.
the whole, the dirt sheets and such that are like, "Oh, it really looks like they're gonna do an NXT versus TNA thing." Yes,
Yeah.
very clearly, they're going to do that
So
because all
apparently
the
at
T
Survivor Series, for whatever they're doing during Survivor Series time for NXT will involve, next week is supposed to be this TNA invasion coming.
Okay, here's my only point. right?
It's supposed to
The
happen during
only
that title versus title match from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, there's gonna be an invasion, whatever. Here's the only thing that I would, and it's not even a point to say necessarily they did anything bad. This is just something I would have done a little bit differently. If you're gonna do this invasion thing, right?
Yes.
I would have had this segment, the Grayson Waller effect with Saints and Oba and then Trick coming in. I would have had that happen the week before, and then had the title versus title match in Full Sail. For the reason that,
Okay.
okay, the Performance Center is the Performance Center. It is what it is. It's
Yeah.
NXT's new home and whatever.
But it's not.
Full Sail is still considered like NXT hallowed ground,
Yeah.
right?
Rightfully so.
So if you were gonna invade NXT, invade them while they're in the process of going home again. Like, the
Yeah.
nostalgia was up, the feelings were up, the vibes were up. Let's celebrate what the brand has done for a night. I'm sorry, I popped minute 1 of the show when they played the old entrance, old entrance music, the "Coming for You."
Yes.
It's
So
and
good.
it's just good. It's the only thing, and it's a nitpick on my part, and it's not gonna make it any better or any worse. But if they had done the invasion in Full Sail, for those of us that were there for, rock and roll, black and gold NXT, that would have meant something. That would have resonated.
Yeah, that was
Now,
important to us. And
they use that to set it up instead. It's gonna happen next week. There's gonna be an invasion. They're gonna do a big thing. I almost don't want it to be in line with Survivor Series. It's kind of a big deal.
yeah, but I say that I think
I
it's going to be like the same weekend kind of thing. I know what you're saying, but
Yeah. No,
yeah.
but I don't even want it to share. Remember when, like,
Yeah, you want it
every
to hold its
takeover
own.
when every takeover was associated with, like, a WrestleMania weekend or a Survivor Series weekend or whatever, and then I think it was Portland, the last takeover you and I previewed
Yes.
before everything went to shit,
Yes.
and it was the whole fact that, like,
I
we're
couldn't
not
remember that to save
pairing
my
it.
life.
We but we made a big deal out of it at the time, and I think
Yeah,
we were just kinda going, what are they doing?"
yeah,
But it was the whole, like, we're not tacking it onto a WWE show, you're getting your own weekend
yeah,
because
as it should
we
be.
think you can, right? If they're doing this, if they're actually pulling the trigger on NXT versus TNA, I kinda wish it was on its own weekend.
I kind of do too, and I don't blame you for thinking that.
I think this is because
I
NXT
think it's going
hasn't
to
had the
play
hugest.
into Bound for Glory, which plays into Halloween
Mm,
Havoc. I think it's going to bounce back and forth, and what it's going to do is lead to a rivalry, I believe, with an
yeah.
announcement heading into the CW network. Like that's my true guess with this.
My only thing is there's 2 ways that they can go with it, like, because they've already talked on screen about the working relationship that they have,
Yeah.
so playing it off as, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're here,"
Yes.
doesn't really
Doesn't.
work.
Well,
So
I
you
can't
could
believe
have
everybody's here. Like, why? I can't believe everybody's coming
Yeah,
down to the ring and wrecking shop. Like that works, but they
but
just
if you
have to
get
be
my
careful about it. I get it. Like they can't. They can't. It's
when
not really. You can't be a surprise anymore. Like we expect
no,
somebody to
no, oh,
show
I
up.
don't mean I don't mean a surprise, but, like, when, Survivor Series was brand versus brand, right?
Yeah.
Whoever was the GM, like, now it would be Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, would be
Hmm.
leading the charge to get the other show, right? But what's it called? Ava and Shawn Michaels and Santino
And
Marella
Tantino.
and
Yeah.
Carlos Silva have all spoken so openly about how cool this relationship is.
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to see it where both sides are like, "Okay, we're really trying to keep this under wraps. You keep your guys in check, we'll keep our guys in check," and just have the wrestlers be like, "No, this is bullshit."
Yeah.
Rather than, okay, all of a sudden, out comes Santino with his, like, red and yellow captain's shirt
Yeah.
because
And he's just
it
challenging
wouldn't
you.
seem genuine.
Exactly. No, I
Like, it
genuinely
would
think it's going to be a lot more to it than just that. I don't think it's going to be like a silly just challenge. Somebody said prospectively, and just not a guarantee, but they said that with one of the things being discussed allegedly, like always, is that it's supposed to do with something with a promise in like a TV contract, and the guys retired on the other side. Guys, I mean, no talent of being strung along, and they realize they're just
uh,
being used by WWE and NXT for content and whatnot. They're not getting anything in return. They're champions over here, and I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't be the worst thing. They can do it. Like as time goes on, they're tired of it, and they can just show a
but,
few
like, the
vignettes
whole
for the
thing about, like,
backstage. But
the whole thing about TNA and the whole, "Oh, we're just being used, they're all pawns for WWE."
yeah,
Yes, that's the storyline.
yes, it's
People have
not.
been saying that that's the real thing. in real, like, okay, I can't believe they jumped the gun with the ladies title and putting it on Ash by Elegance, which I'm happy for her. But
Yeah.
I was so sure that they were gonna, like, TNA as a side were gonna get all their gold back at Bound for Glory, and that was gonna be the glory moment,
Hmm.
if you can see what I mean.
Yes.
But, I don't know, I think it's gonna be really cool. I think, like, NXT, as much as we love it, gotta look at the reality side of it as well. They don't get the same audiences that takeovers used to get.
Yeah.
They
It's
gotta they
just
gotta
not.
figure something out, right? At the same time, the people that do go really love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And part
Rightfully so.
and mixing those fans in with TNA fans, and I think you and I said this ages ago, it's not the worst thing in the world to get some TNA fans in there,
Yeah. No, not at
because
all.
if you're still sticking with TNA at this point, think about all the stuff that they've stayed through.
Yeah. Wrestling
Like,
fans
I think
love wrestling and they're
no,
loyal
no, but
usually.
TNA fans specifically have stuck it stuck with
Yes.
it through some shit.
Through thick and thin, is what I'm saying. Wrestling fans are extremely loyal, and even that
So,
they've really like defended
yeah,
them through
yeah.
some hellish and hellacious times.
So think of the, like, dyed in the wool, like, rock hard TNA fans,
Yeah.
and now we've whittled down the NXT fans to the true, like, true blue NXT fans. You put those 2 fan bases together and sort of not in a real way, like, not like the WWE tried to make the invasion a real thing, but sort of do it where, like, okay, we're all in on the joke, we're all gonna wear our own team's jersey for the night, yeah, like, inspire that type of, attitude with the fans and whatnot.
Yeah. That'd
That
be
could
great.
be it could be big and it could be loud.
Would be fun too.
I think it's gonna be a loud show.
I think so. I think
And
you're onto
the
it.
the the accusation is gonna be, "Oh, well, they're just copying, like, Worlds Collide," or not Worlds Collide, they're just copying Forbidden Door and whatever, and, like, okay,
Yeah. What do you expect
Forbidden
here?
Door as a concept isn't a horrible concept,
No. It's a very
but
good, but they've been doing that forever. Worlds Collide has been there for Forbidden Door, you know?
yeah. Well, Worlds Collide before this, before the AAA thing, and they kinda brought Worlds Collide back, Worlds Collide was just WWE's brands fighting each other. It was sort of an extension of the Survivor Series, bragging rights type of idea. But a
Yeah.
genuine, like, "Oh, TNA is just their puppets." But no, TNA still belongs to Anthem. As much as you think, "Oh, they're in WWE's pocket," like, they're an entity unto themselves. They've survived this long
Yeah,
before
exactly.
WWE got in bed with them. And yes, the bitter side of me is gonna come out. I hope the idea of WWE helping them get a TV deal and slapping them on Wednesdays is true. I do. And that's coming from a guy that's going to an AEW show this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how much clearer does that get?
All right. With that being said, talking about All Out, only because I'm going,
Mm,
uh, we're gonna do a haphazard. All right, what do we want to say about this? Lots of pre-show. They're not calling it a pre-show anymore. They're calling it a tailgate brawl. So they've changed the terminology again.
yeah,
Um,
interestingly enough.
Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs versus the Workhorsemen. Do we care?
I wish I did. I wish I gave a damn. I really do. Like, I don't just mean that to be funny. Like,
I wish I cared
I'm,
about Samoa Joe.
yeah.
That's I get
JD
what people
Drake,
see as.
Anthony Henry, like I don't
Oh,
care.
I haven't even seen them.
Yeah, and then
It must be happening on
dude,
Collision.
it was a collision. They were AEW dark guys for a long time, so you got to
Never
remember that
invested in
too.
them.
Yeah,
Pause.
yeah.
All right. Daniel Garcia versus Katsuyori Shibata 3.
Yeah, they just had Garcia turn.
Garcia with the most underwhelming heel turn in captivity.
Yeah.
I
I don't
This one
get
I do
it.
feel bad because I do like Daniel Garcia, but they haven't found a fucking thing to do with
They
him.
lost us with him the moment they stopped the Euro wrestler thing, and he had to go ahead and give up on that bullshit and be, oh no, I'm sports entertainment.
They just bounced him from one group to
They
another, and
ruined
it's just
him.
like
They ruined
people
him.
like this kid. Don't have him out on the stage dancing with his boss for one thing, but like
Yep.
just like I know you need to be more than just a good wrestler, but like pull him away from all the groups. Just let him go out there and be a dude,
Yeah, you would hope,
and people were
but
getting with him. And, like, whether or not he was doing the silly dance thing, like, the silly dance thing is a thing, right? You could incorporate it, like, as an actual, like, "Hey, I'm beating this person so bad I can do it." Like, treat it like the Steiner push-ups almost, but,
Yeah,
like,
no
they
doubt
made him
about it.
a cartoon that wrestles sometimes. Um,
Sometimes.
I don't even think I'm gonna be in the building for the preview for the sorry, for the kickoff
You
tailgate
might
brawl
not
thing.
be, you know,
Because I
depending
mean,
on time.
they changed the time of the show. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if anybody's mentioned it online or anything.
No.
But the there's 3 pre-show matches on here, right?
It's funny, they did it again. They changed the time again.
But here's the again? Oh,
Yes.
from the last pay-per-view again.
Yes,
I thought you
yeah.
meant they changed this show again.
No, 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 no.
No, no,
Yes, since the last
because I
time,
would
you
get
know, it's
another
like,
pop-up from but here's the
eh.
thing, right? Here's the thing. The show itself starts at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
The doors on my ticket that I got from Ticketmaster says doors at 1:45. These matches that I'm looking at right here are not going to fill 2.25 hours.
No, so they're gonna do a lot of,
So there's gonna be a lot of talking. And you know what? The
yeah,
people they have on the panels are people that I like.
but
I mean, I
that,
don't mind Jeff Jarrett. I really like Renee Paquette.
yeah, but it doesn't give you like
Um,
the biggest
but
care in the
I don't even know
world.
how it is at a pre-show for AEW. Do you even hear the pre-show or anything? Here's the one that bugs me, right? And we talk a lot about the women's division and the problem in AEW, and there's always room for improvement in WWE as well. When we get
Yes, no doubt
to
about it.
when we get to WrestlePalooza, I will mention the fact that there's only one ladies match on that card. I wish there was another one. There's room. But apparently this match that's now on the kickoff was potentially going to be the first ever ladies blood and guts.
Ooh,
And then they
yeah,
decided not to do that. They
thankfully,
decided not to do that, which is fine, but then they booted it to the kickoff.
which is
So it's Harley
terrible.
Cameron, Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, Willow Nightingale, Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, and the Triangle of Madness.
Yeah, Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Sky Blue just faced freaking Tony Storm in that hardcore match that was so ridiculous. I'm sorry. You know I'm not a big fan of hardcore to begin with, but that was so ridiculous. That was embarrassingly bad. Who's going to willingly let themselves get stapled like that?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the one from the other week. I was thinking about
Yeah,
the one from
Sky
this
Blue
week.
and Tony Storm, where they went and
Hey, you know what?
snatched each other up.
They came up to Canada for Dynamite, and they nearly tripled their attendance.
Ooh,
Almost 3,000 people.
yay.
Let's not take a boring show and make it an extra hour long.
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Um, I just no, man. No. Like, Canadians aren't the quietest, most polite wrestling fans, and it's just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
What are we doing here? And the other thing, like, they were just in a residency at the 2300, the old ECW arena, for what, 3 weeks? 6 shows?
something like that.
Do
Yeah.
I have that right? So they waited till they were out of the ECW arena to do an ECW tributed themed show.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna do a KJ here. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Um, but like the thing about and we always say this, and I don't want to just say like it's on repeat here. Like they've got people in here that I like. They're
Yeah.
just not doing anything.
They're not
Harley
doing a
Cameron's a lot
goddamn
of fun.
thing.
Harley Cameron at the MLP shows is a lot more like she's got a lot of personality in AEW, obviously, but it shows even more when you see her anywhere else.
Yeah, and every time we go to say her name, I've seen her wrestle once, and I always want to call her Harley Quinn every time. Every
Oh, for sure,
fucking
yeah. Now
time.
she's doing the cat thing.
Yeah,
Her
so it
can you
burns into my
imagine?
head.
You may think I'm crazy. I don't know. Can you imagine Harley Cameron and Natalia as a tag team?
I'm not calling you crazy. I'm coming right to your house to celebrate. That's right, because that's the
Nice.
best idea ever. No, honestly, I can
Canadian
picture
stuff.
that. Yeah, I did bring up snippets yesterday too, so you know
Oh no, don't let Guapo hear you say that. He'll be mad
that
about
and
the
the
bagged
bag
milk
milk.
and the ketchup chips. Um, Mina Shirakawa's in here. She's fun, I
Yeah,
guess, and she likes to bounce around, which is I don't mind.
fantastic.
Queen Aminata, she's not for me, but she is really impressive. I want to see. It's one of those. She's not for me yet, but I haven't given up. I still want to see what she's gonna do, but I'm not on board yet.
Yeah, and seeing
Now
how
the
some of the
now
women are dressing, unlike the women that are coming up at, you know, our Saudi WrestleMania. I like somebody on TikTok the other day that came out wearing different trash bags. showing off who they would be as each wrestler, just wearing these gigantic hefty bags. It was so good.
Have you seen the AI image people have done where it's
Oh,
just like it's the women's Royal Rumble and all of them are in like Power Ranger outfits and
yes.
it's real bad. Now, the opposite of Queen Aminata is Willow Nightingale, who I really like, and they
Yes.
don't give her anything.
They have her run out there to get the, oh my God, she's here, and they do nothing with her. They turned her into the Big Show of the women's division. I don't mean that disrespectfully. Like they would give Big Show like the dumbest angles, the stupidest storylines. Oh, he's crying this week.
And here's the thing, right?
Oh,
With Willow Nightingale,
that's what happens to Willow.
If they had more than one women's segment per Dynamite, you could probably flush this out a little bit better. Does it feel like they're always just about to do a big story with her and Statlander, and then they move them away?
Yeah.
And then they bring them back like in the same orbit, and then they move them away. And then they're a team for a week, and then they're arguing the next week.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Because we've done that too before.
KJ. Anybody listening in the live chat right now, please accuse me of being KJ. It's fine.
Oh God, no, but we know firsthand. Like, yeah, we've seen it, and it just doesn't work at this point, and that's a lot of the problem. Like you said, whether it be one women's match a week or not, it's not developed enough for anybody to give a damn.
Well, it's one women's match, and normally it's gonna revolve around Mercedes, and it's just no good for anybody.
Well,
I see her on my TV, and all of a sudden it burns when I pee.
Hey, I can give you some pills for that. I know we are all Ryan, but what troubles me,
you gotta.
What troubles me,
we're not even through the pre-show.
No, what troubles me is that it should have been Willow to beat her. She should have beaten Mercedes for that TNT title all that time again, and then her and Chris could have had that amazing fight for the title. But instead, we get nothing continually because she may not have creative control, but she's controlling the whole card.
I gotta push back. I gotta push back on that. I would have said Willow if Athena wasn't an option.
Yeah, which they were treating her like a non-option, and then they had her get beat by Mercedes anyway. So,
well, they can't treat her as a viable option because they need her because she's the only reason anybody's watching ROH. Now, speaking of Homecoming, by the way, the opening speech by Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, really cool that they gave shout outs to the Iconics who are in TNA right now and to Ember Moon, now Athena in AEW.
As they should.
Nice touch there. Really nice touch there.
Earning some brownie points from us.
Nice. Ah, that's racist.
Yeah.
The last couple, I'm an asshole. It's fine. Please don't come for me. The last couple
say KFC cake.
Match, oh no!
You're gonna get me in trouble
with fruit topping. And you got Julia Hart and Sky Blue in here, and I'm never gonna mind that. The Triangle of Madness thing, yeah, it's ridiculous.
The only thing mad about them is those buttocks. It's madness. How does she keep them in those little fishnets? I don't know.
Trio of hot goth chicks is always going to be a win.
Welcome here.
At Homecoming, Lyra was like an honorary for the night.
That's the only time we refuse to fly our flags at half-mast.
Oh my God, Jake! At Homecoming, double Devil's Kiss.
Oh yeah.
With Booker. They changed the camera angle to watch Booker T's reaction to the double Devil's Kiss.
Yeah, no kidding.
And
Rhea was going nuts.
Like, coordinated. Rhea trying to stay coordinated because I don't think she really knows how to do it. Was like, it was one of these like, I'm gonna try this and see what happens. It was like Natalia trying to put on a sharpshooter. I'm sorry, but it was. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Harley, Mina, Queen Aminata, Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
The other two, the first two matches, I don't even care enough to make a prediction about.
Yeah.
So, actual card. 4-way ladder match for the World Tag Team Championships. It's a free pass to get a good reaction from people, making it a multi-person ladder match.
Yeah, this will probably open the show anyways as well, I believe. So
same as it's a free pass when WWE does it. Got to be fair.
Yeah.
Rodito, the current champions, versus the Young Bucks, obviously.
Who got some money they're ready to throw back, but they're going to go ahead and they're able to get some pyro.
You lost your VP ship. You didn't lose your job.
And then they suddenly get $500,000 in a match because it's a match, and they're going to put
because Tony
money
Khan
online.
doesn't pay his athletes. So
and then the only way they're going to do it is if they got all the money and yeah.
And then they threw a bunch of money at Renee
10 grand
mean to her. And they tried to bribe the referee because they think it's a
But like you said,
bingo hall
it's
indie
not
show.
funny. It's not. And I like stupid comedy stuff. I'm not against that at
Mhm.
all. It's just not funny.
But comedy, even stupid comedy, is still an art.
Yeah, no
Like,
doubt about it.
Cocaine Bear works because it's good stupid. I just finally sat down and watched, Death of a Unicorn
Oh yeah,
with Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega.
it's a
That was
good
really,
one.
really funny for what it is. But, like,
Yeah.
you need to be all in on it, and
Hey,
they
I see
wanna
what you
be
did there.
they uh, what sex? Uh, but, like, they can't be all in on being, like, dumbasses and doing dumbass comedy because they're still out there to make themselves look like the biggest things out there.
Pretty
And,
much,
like,
yeah.
I used to say I used to compare the Young Bucks and their reaction and Sasha Banks and her reaction a lot. And my difference used to be Matt and Nick Jackson, I can't stand them, but I see what people see in them if that's their thing. And then Mercedes is just like, no, she's just trash. You just don't want to be called sexist or racist or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But like where I used to be able to say, okay, Matt and Nick Jackson are like anti me. That's how not for me they are. But like for people that want the thing that they do, I get that it's for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's even going away.
It feels like it,
That's the thing
right?
with them. You got Jet Speed in there with Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. And you got the Don Callis family with Tachachero
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
and Josh Alexander, which brings me to the point. We mentioned it a second ago. Oh, WWE is going to steal all the TNA talent. More TNA talent have gone to AEW. They made
Yeah.
a choice to go to AEW. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to hate on somebody because they went where they thought the
The
opportunity
sun
was
is
going to
gonna
be.
be shining.
Yeah, we're not doing that, right?
No, no, no reason
Speedball
to.
Mike Bailey and Josh Alexander should be in singles title contentions. It's nothing against Kevin Knight and it's nothing against Hechicero. I've sat front row and watched Josh Alexander and Pete Dunne beat the fuck out of each other for the Destiny title. Yes, check it off your Spaz Phoenix bucket list. It's fine. I know what this guy can do. He carried Destiny when I first started going to Destiny shows. He went and finally got signed to TNA and carried TNA for a long time. Why is he in the Don Fallis group? And what are you
Exactly.
doing with
I don't know why
Hechicero?
Don Callis is a thing. It's just it's annoying like X-Pac heat annoying. Like it just people,
But
oh,
it's
they're
it's
booing.
it's
They're doing their job. It's heel. It's not heel heat. You can even see it in the demos. People are changing the channel. It's not heel heat at all.
But
People
it's
are
the
not.
part of it's the whole section of the NWO that was run by, like, Virgil and the Disciple. Like, that's what the Don Callis family is. Like, I don't even really have anything against Hechicero. Like, he's interesting enough to watch. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to see him, but I don't hate that he's on my TV. But I don't know why him and Josh Alexander are the team.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really like Josh Alexander as a heel because he's not I've seen him as a good guy for way too long, and I thought this in TNA as well. Let me be clear. He's not really a vicious heel. He just if he's being a heel, he just kind of smirks a bit more
Yeah,
and like like has the look on his face like he's just said something really dickish without actually saying
he's
anything.
angry without being
Mm.
truly. Like, yeah,
But like
he's
and
got
then
great acting
Speedball.
skills in
And I
that
and
range. So
on the other side of the coin, I know Speedball's not for everybody. I know there's a lot of people that are like, Speedball's not their thing, whatever. But just the two of them, and it happens to be the two of them. They're both Canadian, so I've seen them up here at Destiny. I'm gonna do the gimmick again.
yeah,
Bucket
check
list,
that
it's fine,
off.
whatever. But like my introduction to Speedball Mike Bailey was in the parking lot
Yeah,
of the
see,
Don
so
Kolov Arena during COVID when we couldn't go inside. Speedball versus Josh Alexander. And it's like, I know what these guys can do.
yeah,
And would I love to see Speedball or Josh Alexander walk out of this match with a belt? Sure. But make it make sense. Don't make it another hood ornament for Don Callis to put on the front of his car with like what's his name? Three belts that we unified, but they're not unified because there's still three belts. We'll get there. Um,
and she'll
what I
still
haven't
have 8 more to hold on to.
what I haven't really
Uh,
gotten into is the champions in this match. Bandito and Brody King. I don't know how they made the decision to put these 2 guys together. Brody King, all his teammates are gone,
Yeah.
and Bandito was more of an ROH concern,
Hmm.
and they've taken the cliche little guy, big guy thing, and they've run with it, and I think they're a fun team. Again, it's not like I'm gonna say this a lot. It's not something I would go out of my way to see, but they're a lot of fun when they're on my TV,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm pretty sure they're retaining.
Pretty sure.
All right.
Seems to make sense. I agree. I think the retains happened. The way it all lays out, like you said, Jet Speed's okay. I'm not crazy about them. They seem cool, but I'm not that much into Mike Bailey. I like Kevin Knight over Mike Bailey.
Mhm.
And I don't know. That's about as much as I think I get from this. So
I think they're just meant to be like this. Like, there's as much as AEW has a lot of different styles on their roster. I'll give them credit,
yeah.
but there's a lot of hey, we've got teams that can do this. There's a lot of
In this,
I
yeah,
I no, I guess you could say like there's a lot of, and I don't necessarily mean this in a negative way. There's a lot of young bucks pilled tag teams. Like
yeah,
there's the like Top Flight and the what's Leo Rush's tag team crew.
yeah. There you
When
go.
they're like just you know, put a pair of athletic guys in there, they can go in there and do athletic stuff, and it is great. And like I say, I don't have the fan connection with Kevin Knight that a lot of people do, but he's great in the ring. Don't get me wrong.
Don't get it
I just
twisted.
I just think it's a retention here, and the Young Bucks are gonna go into there. Look at all these people we made look so great. Just like we did for Private Party 6 years ago, and where are they now?
Nowhere.
Um Brodito for the win.
Hmm.
And if it hadn't
There's a
been
joke over here. I totally
Brodito, the
agree.
Bucks would be champions a long time ago. Anyways.
Well, speaking of anyways, what the hell is this? We got Okada in his own unified
Oh, no, no, no,
championship
no, no.
tournament.
You've skipped something for a second. And I'm gonna throw this one all the way to you
Oh,
because as much as I like Big Bill, you couldn't pay me to give a fuck about the return of Burger Kingston. I know
so
he's been through a lot of medical shit in his personal life. I don't wish that on anybody,
yeah.
but I don't care.
See, I do like Eddie, but they never really gave him more of a reason to care about him. Like early on, he was good. People just love him because he's got great character work and he's strong in his delivery. He's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but he always gives it 100% and he's got a ton of heart. The reason I skipped over this match intentionally, I was going to bait it a little bit longer, but
Okay.
there's a big spoiler possibly involved here. The one thing that I've heard that people don't want to hear, skip 15 seconds. Enzo Amore is supposed to come out and save Big Bill. It's supposed to be possibly the reunion. So I guess they were working on getting something signed. I would lose my shit. I do miss Enzo. Him and Big Cass, that's good nostalgia for me, you know? Those
I
guys were one of
wonder.
my favorites on the tag divisions roster of
Oh, for
NXT.
sure. No doubt.
I rewatched the other
I
day
wonder.
Enzo without a microphone when he got the entire crowd going just by shuffling around the ring and mouthing his promo, and they all screamed it out loud at him. I mean, come on.
That's okay. Eddie Kingston will probably be slumped down in a corner somewhere, mowing himself.
Eddie will have to find a friend to take him on to get
I
more out of it. I think it works.
I wonder how does that work? Like, and I know almost everybody is going to say, "Oh, well, fuck Enzo. It's just Enzo, right?" I like Enzo. I know he got fucked over in real life, so
Hmm.
um, he's got my attention in that regard. I've got a real one hat somewhere kicking around here that doesn't fit me because I have a big head. It's fine, but real one Enzo, whatever he's going these days, he's affiliated with Fourth Rope Wrestling, who are affiliated with TNA to the point where the Hardys are the Fourth Rope Tag Team Champions, who are associated with WWE. So does one go to the next, go to the next, go to the next, and is that maybe the hurdle that they had to go over?
It might be, but I think that
Oh,
he.
sorry. Side note: we haven't had a chance
No.
to talk about this.
Yes.
Speaking of political
Hit me.
political connections and whatnot,
Yes.
um, I didn't know the implications of this until I watched a video on it somewhere else, and they explained it to me. Paramount apparently looking to buy
I knew this is what you're bringing up.
Warner Brothers Discovery. I know, I just remembered it now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
Paramount
saying I
buying
knew that as soon as you said and you come I knew you had because
Paramount buying Warner Brothers Discovery to
yeah.
currently platform AEW, but Paramount themselves are partnered with TKO. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna separate myself from Jake with this because I am a dickhead and it's been that kind of week. If WWE gets AEW Jimmy Kimmeled,
Yeah.
I will laugh my ass off.
See, I don't wanna see anybody
And
lose
I
their
will not
job over there, and
no, no,
they
no.
can do it without a TV program, they can do streaming, but I will laugh my ass off if that is the case
Oh,
because they wanted to be
Tony Khan's got money.
competition.
They don't need to make money. Tony Khan's got all kinds of money, haven't
Yeah,
you?
it's
They
about
just put it out
being
there
you
for
can't
free on
just buy
YouTube.
your spot on TV though, that's the problem as we
It's
know, or
true.
else everybody
It's
be able
almost
to.
like people that own platforms are able to decide who they put on their platforms, and that's all I'm
Mm.
gonna say about that.
Yeah.
But I just think, "Oh, they're counter programming, they're counter programming." Okay, how about we deprogram you?
Yeah, then there's nothing to
Give
counter
you something
anymore,
to
is
really
there?
complain about.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, well,
And
wait,
now,
you can't
now
complain if no one can watch you, Spaz.
okay, even I will say that that makes me a little bit of a dick, but I'm also not gonna lie about being a little bit of a dick.
But it doesn't in a way, like, you're not asking for them to get, taken out for permanent. Nothing, no insinuations there. You're literally saying, "Hey, guess what? You wanted to be competition, and that's what happens." WCW got bought out, or Turner was going to be done with the
It's
network
simpler than
deal.
that, though. It's simpler than that, it really is. I don't wanna get into, like, what's a good business practice,
No, but
what's a
karma
moral
upon
business
petty people.
but, but no, literally, it comes down to as simple as and it is most I'm really trying to not go on to other topics here, but these days specifically, it really is just as simple as you could have just not been a dick.
Yes, you could have just not been
You
a
could have just
cocksucking
not
motherfucker, son of a bitch.
you could have just not built your entire corporate identity on "Come watch us, we're not WWE."
Yeah, don't give me the
Because you weren't saying, "Come watch us, we're not TNA." You weren't saying, "Come watch us, we're not CMLL." You weren't saying, "Come watch us, we're not New Japan," because you kind of needed the help, let's be real for a second.
yeah.
You weren't saying, "Come watch us, we're not ROH," because you were already planning to cannibalize them. Like,
Yep.
you poked the biggest dog, and whether it's right or wrong, that's a dumb move.
That's a big dog, you bet. Your
Some might
dog's got
call
a lot
that
of bark, but not a lot of bite, and that's a problem.
some might call that consequence culture.
That's what I'm saying, like
Oh,
karma,
yes.
consequence, however you want to phrase it. But that's exactly what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You're getting their comeuppance for all the shittiness, all that, because we didn't attack. It's not a. Does anyone forget? Yes, Cody's there now, but he broke Triple H's throne on their first show. Like they
Yeah.
set out counting. Oh well, that was Cody. Not. You think he would have done that? Tony wasn't okay with it. They knew what they were doing. They felt like they were internet
See,
badasses by
okay,
pulling that off.
here's where we'll draw a line that maybe you and I might disagree with. The Cody thing specifically, like Cody in character on TV being like the quarterback like he is now for WWE
Yeah,
and making a shot on TV, just like a symbolic thing, like, okay, we made a prop, we destroyed the prop.
yeah.
If that was it, I could look at that and be like, okay, that's kind of a cool dig.
Yes, yeah, because it
Like
was about the story. Hey,
but
you said
they
I'm, I was undesirable. Now I'm undeniable. But fuck you. I became something
exactly. And it
simple.
also fits
But
with
that
his
wasn't
real
it.
story.
The
But my point is, you
Fighter
didn't just
Fest,
do
fight
that.
for the fallen.
You sat there in a creative meeting and you said, "We've got a great talent like Brody Lee.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with him? We're gonna make him a caricature of Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do with Chris Jericho? He's gonna create an entire faction
People
based
forget
on
about that with Brody.
being sports
Entertainment.
entertainers like WWE, making fun of their terminology, the whole
Yep.
thing on night one. And yes, it came from Jericho, but somebody else wrote it. The whole, we're not going to do that anymore. It's a bad idea from bad creative.
Creative.
Tony going on there and, oh, we're not going to take it anymore. And to be us is to be constantly under attack and throwing out these very real life accusations
Yes.
before they were potentially true.
Yeah.
I mean, just going on TV and making a bunch of Epstein jokes, regardless of the context, is in pretty bad taste. Like Cody breaking the throne, yeah, it was kind of a rallying moment for them, but that
Yes.
in and of itself was just kind of somebody had a cool idea.
Yeah, oh, it could have just been a badass thing, but as you said,
Yeah,
then it was every match and every moment and everything, and it just
yeah.
continued on and on. And it was like, okay, it was pulling a TNA thing where every week it had to be some dig, the Voodoo Kin Mafia. It was, and
Yeah.
it's like you've got Vince derangement syndrome there, thinking that this is all you can focus on,
Mhm.
and the results you're getting are nightmarish. You're getting terrible ratings. You're getting Collision just had 203,000 people watching.
And you got and in addition
Oh,
to
well,
that, you've also
everybody's
got
down. How are
but
the
you've also
alarm
got
bells
Tony
not
Schiavone
sounding?
out there on a podcast telling the fans to go fuck themselves.
Yes, don't watch. Well, guess what, buddy? They're
No,
not. So now,
not the don't watch thing. Like, oh, if you think you can put a card together, then why don't you sit down and put a card together? And while you're putting the card together, you can also go fuck yourself.
yeah.
All right, cool. I used to like Tony. That's unfortunate.
No, but he's also told people not even that long ago. It was only a couple weeks back where he was like, "Well, if you don't like it in that sense, then don't watch. We don't need your views if you're just going to hate watch." And it's like
And
telling
we'll see
anybody,
how well that worked out.
yeah, and telling anybody to not watch. Tony's done that many times before too. You've heard it, in interviews where he's like, "Oh," and you get the don't watch preview, and it's like, do you not realize how this works? Like you're barking up the wrong tree here.
You're the old lady doing Facebook on the wall of your kitchen. That's not
Yeah.
how any of this works.
How do
Anyways,
I
let's move
sign
on
in?
let's move on because I don't give a shit about Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston can fuck off. If Enzo comes in,
I think
that'll
Big
be
Bill
great.
wins regardless here. I think that's what's going to happen because of how they have this booked. I think Big Bill really needs to win regardless. Even though it's Eddie returning, it's going to lead to some sort of stipulation or something. Big Bill would cheat or Enzo or something. Burger Kingston's losing.
Okay, you've given me hope.
Yeah,
Now let's have a triple threat match where the champion had to qualify to get into the triple threat
yeah, make that
match.
make sense, huh?
Crazy Oak Table taking on Konosuke Takeshita, taking on Mascara Dorada. I'm an asshole. It's fine. Um,
I hate that it turned into a three-way.
I
They
have
had
a
the
very funny.
tournament, and then it was
I
like,
do you remember back in the day when Brian and CM Punk were both relatively new in WWE? I was
yes,
getting to know them for the first time because I didn't watch ROH, bad me, whatever.
yes,
And it was like,
but
okay, cool, cool. One day, we're gonna see these guys go together on a big stage, one on one, and it's gonna be fantastic. And you know what
yep.
WWE did? They
What?
threw Kane in there.
Yep.
Now,
I forgot about
I
that one,
now,
huh?
no, 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 no. Now I suggest to you Kane Duchka Okada?
It could happen.
No, because, I can't say that I'm, like, super pumped for a Mascara Dorada match, right? But
Not one
Mascara
bit.
Dorada versus Konosuke Takeshita, one-on-one,
Yeah.
give me that. Because just recently I discovered there's this thing called, Lucha Wrestling.
See, I don't
I'm an
care for Lucha
asshole,
much once.
I'm an
And
asshole,
two,
it's fine.
Dorada's one, I really don't care for. Because a lot of Lucha is just, participation. It's not wrestling to me. It's guys doing circus acrobats. And that's why I wasn't big on the Will Ospreay versus Ricochet match. And Vader called them flipping,
Oh,
fairies and
the
whatnot.
famous one that I still haven't seen?
Really,
And
to this
which is
day.
funny because,
They
like,
start off with like where they're
Ricochet's
bouncing off the ropes and rolling and ducking and diving, and
oh, that thing where they do and then you
it's
do
like a
the
30.
double Superman pose.
Yeah, the hero landing.
Yes. Um, what's that from? That's from Black Widow, isn't it?
Deadpool, right?
Deadpool.
He
No,
did the hero
it's
landing, and she
yeah.
does the girl, the goth.
Black Widow also does it. Why do you do that? You always do the hero
Oh, I think you're right.
superhero
Yes,
pose.
yes,
And
yes.
then Yelena does it at the end, and it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, I stick with
But
the
no, like,
Deadpool one.
thing about it
That's
is,
tried and
and
true.
it's why I'm having fun with AAA now. Like, if you get a bunch of luchadors in a match, and I'm not gonna pretend that I'm big on my like lucha history and all that kind of thing,
No,
but it is
but
that kind of match. It is that kind of like almost okay for this 10 minutes. This is like the acrobatic part of the show, and it is a sense of okay, just switch your brain over. Like this is this part of the show, and I'm finding myself doing that both on AEW and in WWE at the moment. It's like there used to be a really hard switch when there was a bigger divide between the rest of the roster and the X division in TNA. It's like you're going to get the absolutely crazy, some of it's cooperative, but at the end of the day, you're going to get Styles Daniels Joe out of it.
Yeah, no matter what, you got
So
something good to look forward to.
I can get on board for those ones that are like the cooperative matches, and a lot of people that like the Young Bucks are on board with them as well. I just don't like them personally. Um, so that style is one of those like, okay, that's what we're doing right now, but I have to do that in my mind. It's like, okay, that's what we're doing right.
Yeah,
And then
pretty
we'll go back
much.
to like the other wrestling, which is why getting a luchador in there, in this case it's Mascara Dorada, mixing that style with a Konosuke Takeshita, who I think is just fantastic overall. It's the styles makes the match type of thing.
Yeah.
It's a curiosity, right? But
Oh,
it's a
absolutely.
curiosity that's got a big Kane Zuchka Okada stuck in the middle of it. Unfortunately, he brings the belt to the table, so we can't really not have him.
No, I know.
I
Doesn't that suck too?
One of them is gonna pin Mascara Dorada, and it's gonna put a little bit of a wedge between two guys that are in the Don Callis family that I don't care about. I hope Takeshita comes out on the top when this is all said and done, but it's not gonna be all said and done at this show, which is why they've got a pin eater in there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They know what they're doing.
I think Okada retains this weekend. Konosuke takes the belt off him once it's the two of them, just the two of them.
Just the two of them. We can make
They
it if
can
we
flip
try.
if we try. Um, I don't know why it's smack in the middle of the card here on Wikipedia, but Hangman Adam Page is going to try and make me care against Kyle Fletcher, who I actually like, who's also in the Don Callis family. Fuck me.
Yeah, about this. So, if anybody interferes on behalf, any Don Callis movie interferes, not even just on Fletcher's behalf, but interferes at all, Fletcher's disqualified, and then he's also stripped of his TNT title. So I
The
think that's
TNT title
awesome.
that's not on the line.
Yes, he's gonna have the
So if
chance to be a
Hangman,
double champ while everybody else can fuck off.
let's be clear for a second. Hangman's winning this, unfortunately.
He's gonna retain, yeah.
So Hangman doesn't win the TNT championship if he wins, but Kyle Fletcher loses it if neither of them.
Yes.
Fuck me. This is, I hope this is where I have my Osprey Omega moment that I had at Forbidden Door, because I didn't know much about Osprey and I had mixed opinions on Kenny Omega, and they won me over in one match.
Yeah.
This is that match for Kyle, and he's going up against somebody I definitely don't give a shit about. So it's a test twice.
It's a test to your testament.
I really do like Kyle Fletcher. All the character stuff that he's doing with the Don Callis family when he's bringing in like the Mercedes Monet sunglasses and shit. I could care less about, but he is one of those guys that wins me over once the bell rings.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to this, despite his opponent. It's unfortunate that I know he's not going to win. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans in this, because it's going to be, the way they framed it is no member of the Don Callis family can interfere.
Yeah.
So it's going to be somebody else that gets made a member of the Don Callis family like next Wednesday on Dynamite.
It's
Like, it's going to be
happening.
something like that.
Yeah,
And it's
got to
one of
be.
those. So I'm going to get to see Kyle Fletcher wrestle live, which is awesome.
Hell yeah.
And that's about it. And he's not going to win, and that's kind of sad.
It
Okay.
does suck that he's not going to win. I mean, it really feels that way anyways.
Speaking of a match with extra people in it.
Yes.
Timeless Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander versus Thekla.
So
I wish this was Tony Storm versus Thekla.
Yeah, you and me both. I think they're gonna hold off on. Originally, I said, "Oh, they might. This is where they get the belt off of Tony." They had Tekla pin like Hater, but I don't see Tony losing unless she's on her back. But I think Tekla is gonna almost get it. Tony ends up like somebody else breaks up the pin. Tony hits the Storm Zero or whatever and gets the pile driver into the snatch down. And timeless Tony Storm retains.
Okay. I'm going to put this for you. Copy paste what I said about the Okada Takeshita Mascara match.
Yes, rewind.
Tony's going to retain. Thekla versus Tony is going to continue on as a thing. Thekla's going to beat her for the title eventually, just not this weekend.
Makes perfect sense.
All right. Probably going to be one of the better matches of the night, considering who's in it. But let me tell you, boy, it's a tables and tacks match. Mark Briscoe versus MJF.
Right. So, about this one, I mean,
I think these guys are going to kill each other, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
yeah, I'm thinking this ends up being something along those lines. They're just going to destroy each other. It feels like MJF has to lose here the way they've set it up. Oh, we're going to put another Briscoe in the ground, but MJF hardly ever loses. Mark Briscoe hardly ever wins. No matter what, Briscoe's going to show a lot of heart. He's going to get fucked up bad. He's going to lose. MJF is winning, especially because MJF is going to go for the title again, and he's got the contract
Actually, you know what I'm
still.
going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually pair this up with the next match up on the list, which is
Okay.
Darby and Moxley in the coffin match, because my response to both is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
If I was watching this match at home on TV, these would be the matches that I would roll my eyes at. The point that KJ over at Wrestling for Life made a long time ago is like they're scared to put John Moxley in a regular match because we don't think he can have a regular match is very, very valid. But it's
Yes.
also the kind of match we want to see Darby Allin in. So this one, the
Yeah.
tables and tacks match and the coffin match are both the matches where I would roll my eyes if I was watching it on TV because I'm going to be there live. Because I'm going to be there live, I'm going to
Yeah.
watch that canvas slowly turn red like I did with Kenny and Osprey,
Oh, yeah.
and it's gonna be awesome because 'cause I'm there.
But
It's gonna be
if you
awesome because 'cause I'm
weren't
there, and
there, like
if I
me,
wasn't there, but that's not the world I live in. I'm
no.
open to I'm open to every criticism of both of these matches. I know it's a gigantic accomplishment, but this entire match with Moxley being based entirely around the fact that Darby climbed a mountain
Hmm.
is a little disconnected.
It,
Kudos to him for doing it. Sorry, let me say this first and foremost. Anybody listening, kudos to him for doing it. I'm sure it's a life changing experience. I don't doubt that at all. But
but
you took a break and you climbed a mountain,
yeah.
and then you kind of went Mr. Corporate Guy because you took an AEW
He should
egg
have been
up
fighting
there.
Moxley for the title. It should have been him, really, because he's the one that started off being Mr. AEW. I slept in my
Yep.
car. I had nothing. I came from nothing. Not even Hangman had that connection. The fans loved him. Remember him and Cody, where he got thrown inside the body bag? Cody was just chucking him around.
Mhm. Yep.
Everybody from there on, it went from like, oh, he's that weird little fuck. Look at the twink. Now you're like, oh my God, this guy's a badass. Like, he should be bigger than what he is, though. 6 years in now, he's not the next guy.
Mhm. You know
He
what it
should
is
be
though.
that Hangman level, and he's not.
But you know what it is, and maybe it's me. I tend to lean towards the darker characters anyway. If he beats John Moxley and AEW puts it up there as like a sort of an unofficial like who's next in line type thing, Darby Allin conquers the mountain, conquers his demon in John Moxley, walks out next week on Dynamite and challenges Hangman Page. I'd be on board.
Yeah,
I haven't given up on Darby.
I
Darby's
wouldn't.
still
I haven't
he's
given up
like
on him, but I feel like he should be in a higher elevated spot by now. That's what I think
oh
is
yeah,
very troublesome.
the fact that he's not being elevated into one of those top spots with Omega and Osprey and Swerve all on the shelf is
Yeah,
promotional malpractice. Let's
exactly.
be clear about that.
Glad you got my
But
drift.
they haven't ruined him so much that I don't look at him at any given time and be like he could be the guy tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you're
It's
not
not
wrong.
like oh they have to rehab him. They don't. He's still the same Darby Allin package. When I watched one of the first ever AEW shows, when me and Guapo were previewing a pay-per-view, one of the first ones, and it was announced as being Cody Rhodes versus Darby Allin. Who the fuck is
Yeah,
this guy?
I think it was
I
Fighter
was in.
Fest
Maybe.
or Fight for the Phone.
My memory is shit. Don't ask me
Yeah,
to remember. But it was one of those things. And oh, is it just about an entrance? Sometimes yes. Is it just about a look? Sometimes yes. Is it just about the fact that he throws himself around? Let me introduce you to Mick Foley.
yeah. He's the
Like
skinny Foley, and it works in such a magnificent way.
Darby Allin never needs to pick up a microphone because what Darby Allin does as a wrestler never has to convince me of it.
Not
Is a
anymore.
good way for me to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody he had me on the first day. I'm gonna go. There's two sort of gimmicky matches on the card. I think you have to go opposite ways with it in babyface and heel. So I think you're right. I think we get MJF, but I think we get Darby.
Okay.
Um, we know who's
That's
gonna win. We know who's gonna win the next one, and it just makes me sad
I think
because I
we're
don't
getting
believe.
Darby as well, so I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next match. Next match, we have a
Hmm.
match. No, we have Jake, let's be fair.
Hmm.
We have a match that could be really good.
It's
It's
the
just
ultimate
missing.
foregone conclusion.
It is, but listen to me. Listen to me. I wanna give you some hope.
Uh-oh.
This match could be good. It
Yes.
just needs 2 things,
Okay. One.
a good challenger and a good champion.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And these are neither. So again, we're fucked.
Yeah. Mercedes and Riho, like,
Piss
Mercedes
break.
is gonna win, and,
People
like, everybody.
immediately when I said this called me racist. I'm cutting you off, but it was so disconcerting and just like misguided judgment, I would say, because I'm anything but like, I hate having to be like, but I love it, like that's never going to be my response to that. Oh, you can't
No.
call me racist because I love a different person. Like, I know I'm not. I know Mercedes sucks. Is she good in the ring? She has moments of greatness. She really does. But her
Does she
character is
though?
every now and again she whips something out or she has a move and I'm like, damn, that was good. But it's not 10 out of 10. It's like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. She was at a time where the women weren't doing
Okay,
as
but
much as
is
the other
does
women.
she have
So
good
she
moments, or does
shined
she
bright.
occasionally. Sorry, and I know I'm speaking right
No,
over
no,
you here.
please.
Is she somebody that has occasionally good moments, or is she somebody that has occasionally good opponents that drag her to a decent match?
That's also the other
I'm
factor.
sorry,
Look
it's
at
the
the
only
matches where
reason
she
she
has
existed as
greatness.
anything in WWE.
Look at the matches where she has greatness. Her feud with Sasha, her feud with Becky, her feud with, feud with Sasha, yeah, with herself, feud with Charlotte, I meant to say. You get my point.
Hey, Sasha Banks is an entirely different person. You can't go around using her dead name.
True, Mercedes versus Sasha would be a hell of a bout. I know Mercedes is winning here. I've never liked Riho, and they screwed themselves because they didn't do a single thing in AEW to show you who she is or make her endeared to fans. They
You know what
never
kills me
once
about
gave us
Riho?
anything about her. We just knew that it was Kenny Omega's pet project.
You know what kills me about Kenny Omega? Or not
Hmm.
Kenny Omega, sorry,
Yeah,
about
Riho.
Riho, is I don't have anything bad to say about her. I don't. I don't have anything good to say about her either, but I like, she doesn't offend me in the matches that she had with Nyla Rose were ridiculous.
Oh, see, that's the
Like,
thing, though.
in
I do have complaints because she's 88
That's
pounds
fair.
soaking wet.
That's fair. But here's
And
the thing, though,
yeah,
you'll get the mud
yeah,
show defenders that are gonna say, "Oh, why are you so weird about, like, why are you calling her a kid? Do you want her to be a kid? Is
yeah,
that's
you're
kinda weird."
weird.
But then the way they present her on TV doesn't do anything to assuage
No,
that
that's what I'm saying. They
image.
make her look, like she needs to just get her diaper changed, like that young, with the
Often.
little frilly fucking shit and all the stupid stuff going on. And it's like, wait, so you have a problem with this, but then you're putting this out. And Kenny Omega just seemed like a hypocrite the way he was expressing himself to fans.
Yeah.
And he was like, "How dare you not like Riho?" And I'm like, "But why should we?" I'm not meaning it disrespectfully. I'm asking you, why should we? What is there about her?
Yeah.
And they didn't once have her. She can't cut a promo because she doesn't speak English. Okay, well they'll figure.
I will say,
They
though,
did nothing.
in Kenny's defense, the first couple of times that I ever saw Riho on TV, there were some people crawling out of the woodwork and saying
Yes,
some pretty
yes,
gross stuff,
but
which is not on.
but it also happened because the fans were like, "Well, wait, who the fuck is this, and why do I have to care? Because no
Oh yeah,
one's making me give a
no.
damn." So it was
But
like
I'm saying,
both
like,
shitheads and good stuff. It was like a dual
but
faceted.
when Ken, all I'm saying is when Kenny was coming out in her
Yeah,
defense, it was more around the time where there was some of
there
the
was legit
underbelly
assholes.
of the
Yeah.
IWC being pretty
Oh,
fucking gross.
I'm
So
absolutely aware of that.
I don't think Kenny's necessarily a hypocrite because at the
Not
time
there,
there
but
was
there are
yeah,
points where
at
it
the
didn't need
time
to
there
get
was,
to
like,
that.
wrestling criticism, and then on top of that, there was just, you guys need to fuck off and stop making the rest of the community look bad and not be gross.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we see what like, it's not a guy girl thing, but we see what happens to the ladies at the airports. We saw what happened to Rhea Ripley in Paris at her car and all the weird shit that's gone Asuka's way.
Yeah,
Like,
no shit.
the guys in the locker room are gonna stick their head above the pit and watch out for the ladies, and
As
Kenny
it should
seems
be.
like that kind of guy, yeah. And I mean, Kenny's one of the ones along with MJF in a very different way that's sort of like not commenting on AEW, kind of commenting on all wrestling.
Yeah.
Um, we've talked about it before. Like, he's come out and said, like, "Oh, we're not gonna have any Roman Reigns slander in my chat. The dude's killing it. What the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about?"
You don't need to attack
So
each
like,
other over him.
so
There's
if
no point
so,
in that.
but what I'm saying is, and like, I haven't always had the nicest things to say about Kenny, but I've come around on him as we've talked about. So if Kenny was coming to somebody's defense, I'm gonna go with the default of he probably was doing it with good intentions.
Yeah.
That's just me. Maybe people out there disagree with me. If you're watching, if you're
Maybe
listening in
not.
the chat,
Yeah.
by the way, I know a lot of people are coming over from the Wrestling for Life network because I'm going to try and plug the hell out of that pause over on their stream before we go live. So everybody in the chat that I haven't acknowledged as of yet, hello, thanks for joining us, etc.
Yeah, it's good to have you.
We are well over an hour into this ramble already, and I've finally said hello. I'm a horrible host. It's fine. You know what else is horrible? The Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and friends.
And Skip.
Yep, thank you very much. And the main event
I think the
is
Hurt Business is going to win. There you go.
they're gonna get a new member. They're gonna get a new member. I think the people that write dirt sheets, and this is not necessarily a bad thing because AEW has led you down this path. I
Yeah,
think there's a
we've
cut and
had this
paste
happen
headline.
for
There's a cut and paste headline for every dirt sheet once a month. Hey, we've heard the Hurt Syndicate might get a new member. I don't care.
pretty much
MVP
since it
in real life
started.
is MVP in real life has kind of outed himself being a piece of shit. Ricochet is his entire personality is that he's a Twitter troll. Gates of Agony didn't matter until 5 minutes ago, and Bobby Lashley should be killing Hangman Page.
Yeah, it
What
should
what
be,
what are we
but
doing here?
we're being idiots for no reason.
Cope
Like
and
you
Cage
said,
taking on FTR.
this should have been so much bigger than it is. Oh, these boys are back again. Yay. Well, guess what? It doesn't mean shit because,
Because you did it last month.
yeah, you did it last month. It wasn't in Toronto because you had to blow your load ahead of time. And then on top of it, it's not for the tag titles anyways. So what's the benefit here? What do we get that's worthwhile? They get to wrestle FTR? Oh,
Ironically, what you're getting is a match that is a tag team match, a match that is for no titles, and a match that I still wouldn't mind being the main event.
I see. Even to me though, I liked FTR better when they were faces. Yes, they make better heels, but because they haven't
Has
had
nothing to do with
great.
FTR. For
Oh
me,
no, I get that.
and yes, I have to preface once again. I'm just saying this as the guy that's going to be sitting in the 300s at
Yeah.
Scotiabank Arena. The opponents don't matter.
See, to me, they do because Edge and Christian need those really strong heels to work off of, and these guys aren't getting heel heat for heel heat. They're just getting reactions when they do something stupid, and it's like the fans are. I don't know. It's not the same type of heat.
Like, and I'm not giving them a free pass. FTR have sort of fallen down the pecking order a little bit as far as I'm concerned, but I still acknowledge that they're a good team when they decide to be a good team.
Yeah.
For me, it's entirely. I was at Scotia for Edge's last match in WWE against Sheamus on that SmackDown where everybody was loud and proud and whatever and whatever. Now we've got Edge and Christian back in Toronto, back as a tag team. They're gonna win. It's gonna be a feel good thing. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah,
It's
just like
I'm
Mercedes
saying this
is
with a
winning,
huge
they're
smile on my
winning
face.
too. Like it's going to be fun to see in person, but for us at home, especially being against FTR are good workers, but FTR are the heels that I want to see win, if that makes sense. They're not the heels that I usually want to see lose. So having them be in this shitty predicament where now they have to play heels, where it's not like they're bad heels, but they haven't had great faces to work with up until now. So there's been no like amazing buildup of story.
But I don't think they're going for like it is entirely a nostalgia main event.
Yes.
It's Edge and Christian reunited in Toronto.
Yeah.
And they're expecting to get a lot of leeway. I mean, Christian's still a heel, kind of. Edge is the babyface, but he's still being a dick, kind of, because he knows he can play off the sarcastic babyface character. So I think it is it's the old mythical, we never really got it, Eddie Guerrero at his peak versus Ric Flair at his peak, who can be the bigger dick.
Yeah.
I think this is the tag team version of that. And I don't mind that
makes
100%.
Sense.
I don't mind that 100%. I hope they spear Stokely and get him out of the way early because I don't need an extra person in the dynamic.
Yeah,
I just want to see
we
these
don't
guys.
want you there.
I almost want to see these guys intentionally in a like who can cheat more than the other. Because the story will be Edge will cheat, and I'm just gonna call him Edge. Anybody that doesn't like that can fuck off.
Yeah, I can't.
Edge is gonna
remember
but the whole
either.
like Edge is gonna cheat and he'll get cheered for it. Dax will cheat, he'll get booed for it. They'll go nuts about the hypocrisy, which will make the Toronto crowd. It's gonna be one of those kind of matches. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I could say what I want about how we got here, but I'm not gonna lie. When I'm in the building, when the music hits, it's not gonna matter. I do think it's funny, however, that
Mm.
AEW have reunited Edge and Christian in an AEW ring with Edge's WWE music and Christian's TNA music.
Yeah, nothing original, huh?
Unless there's massive fuckery, and if there's massive fuckery, it won't be the main event, because if they put this in the main event and there's fuckery, everybody's gonna boo them, and
Oh,
they're gonna
yeah,
kill
big
the town.
time. No one wants to
So,
deal with a
if
shit
this
ending like
match
that.
if this match happens in the middle of the card, I will expect fuckery because it should be the main event.
I've heard it's the main
You
event twice now from pretty reputable sources that I get most of my match
you
order
could
and
make the
news
argument,
from.
like, if Omega wasn't injured, right?
Yes.
If Omega wasn't injured, I could see, like, whatever he's doing being in the main event because Edge and Christian are the ones that are actually from Toronto, but in the AEW bubble, Kenny Omega's the bigger Canadian.
Yes.
I could see somebody making that case. Um, and here's one for you. As much as I don't like Hangman,
Yeah.
if we were doing Hangman and Kenny versus Edge and Christian, I'd buy that.
Yeah, no kidding. Like
I would
that
buy that
that's
100. I would buy that 100%.
see, now you're on my wavelength. Like it should be like, oh, these are the guys that came to AEW for a paycheck. We're the real AEW. And like they could make so many simple waves out of this to be
Oh
fun,
yeah,
but instead it feels like we just get more uninspired madness. And that's a real problem because
and not beautiful madness.
no, not at all. Because nothing's driving me to watch right now. I hate saying that because you know I'm not you. I have my own
I
choices and
get it.
thoughts
Yeah,
when it comes to
yeah. I'm not
AEW.
you. That's
And
good.
and
The
you were
world
the
can only
one.
handle
You
one
were the
me.
defender with TNA for a while when I was like I can't ever go back to TNA, and you're like give it a try. It's different. You know we've done each other the service of getting us into something that used to be
Yep.
terrible and now once was good again for a little bit. With the AEW, anyways, it got really good because it got shit. But hey, it's the pandemic. Can't fully blame them. And then it turned into the all right. We got good
And to
again.
be
We got
fair, like
Punk, and then it fell off.
I know I've made this joke quite a bit over on the other channel there with the guys there on the live streams there,
Yeah.
right? I am not actively cheering for AEW to fall.
No, that's not what we want from this.
I'm only saying that if they do, they did it to themselves.
Exactly, it's their own fault because they
Yeah.
had so many. It felt like infinite, extra lives in the arcade. So many chances
Mhm.
for them to get, things fixed. And you have the checkbook, so you literally can hire whoever you want as a free agent, or there's things all around there.
Well, I said it I don't remember how many pay-per-views ago it was, but you and I did talk about this one at one point. I think we did like a separate vid on the topic, right?
Yeah,
I knew I knew it would be very hard for me to get them back when they gave me a main event of Jon Moxley versus Edge for the world title, and I didn't care.
yeah. I mean,
At
you're
that
not
point, like
wrong.
I'm an Edge guy. I'm a Moxley slash Ambrose guy. Even if I don't like AEW, if AEW is putting those two guys in the main event, that should be like the tippy top of my fandom. And it's like, here's these two guys that I really like, and they're facing each other. How did you successfully make me not care about them?
Yeah, no shit. Like you guys have ruined it.
Yeah.
And you're not wrong. How did? Because
You blew it.
you nailed my point. Like I couldn't
Awesome.
have articulated it better myself. No, honestly, because that's what it came down to. I have no story right now that is grabbing me. Nothing has
Mhm,
my attention. Nothing has staying power. Nothing feels lasting, and that's
mhm.
bad because it should be
And
fun right now.
I've gone to the second tier of like analysis, I guess you would say, right? Like even if the
Yeah,
stories are bad, if the stories were all shit, but there was a card of matches that on paper had my attention,
yeah,
I would have to go into the show a very different way, but I would still say, okay, you put together a fucking great card.
yeah.
I
That's
care about half
still
the matches.
fantastic.
And it's again, and I'm not just saying this to be a dickhead for those of you out there listening. Like the fact that I'm going, it's live wrestling in my town, so of course I'm going, right? The fact
Exactly.
that I'm gonna be there live doesn't there's matches on this card that I'm gonna be there live doesn't
Oh, it doesn't even compare. Yeah.
exactly.
And then there's other
Anyways, let's
times
switch
where
over.
you need to be live for some things, as we know.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, the two big stip hardcore matches, like I would probably roll my eyes if not for the fact that I was gonna be there live. In person, they're gonna be a lot of fun. In person, it's gonna be like me sitting in the Don Koloff watching Moose put hardcore Channing Decker through a door.
Yes.
Like, it is what it is.
No
I'm
doubt about it.
stretching the Destiny references tonight, but let's switch over to WWE, the show that AEW
Yes.
ran away
The
from.
show that WWE put together in a weekend, no less, you know?
I like it. Well, it's supposed to be their new WrestleMania because now
Yeah, but
WrestleMania has
they
sold
said
its
with
soul.
WrestlePalooza, they were actually able to get this done in a weekend's time, and that's how they set out here to get everything done, so
Here's the
interesting.
thing, right? This is a fun card. This is like an all killer, no filler card, right?
Yeah, and they did it over
I
a
feel
weekend.
like I feel like well, this is the thing. If they could throw this together in a weekend, why aren't we getting pay-per-views like this every month?
Exactly,
You get
my
what I mean?
mhm.
But do you know what this feels like? It's an awesome set of matches, right? To me, this doesn't feel, and this is going to sound dumb. Let me finish my thought. This doesn't feel like a pay-per-view card. This feels like you had 5 B pay-per-views and took the main events of each one and put them on one night.
I forget the quote I used the other day on the show. I was like, literally, the main event of the B pay-per-view is every match in this show.
Yep.
That was
I mean,
like pretty much my direct quote with it.
some of these could main event an A pay-per-view as well.
Oh, certainly.
But
I don't know
where
though.
to start. I don't know where to start. Let's start with the rumored opening match, which means potentially, depending on how long AEW goes, this match could be going up against Edge and Christian versus the Revival. They're apparently starting the show with John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
So I've heard, because Brock has that thing where if he's not first, he's last. See, now I heard they're main eventing it. That's originally what I read. I don't know how true that is, but
with the way that people are downplaying Lesnar and, oh, you're not supposed to like him because of X, Y, and Z. He might have known about something that somebody might have done. Derpa, derpa, derpa. I don't want to get shot on Twitter.
Yeah.
But like, it's funny to say, and I don't think it's an exaggeration. The return of AJ Lee may have overshadowed the return of Brock Lesnar.
Oh, hands down, no question there. And I think they know that.
Just because there's no negativity attached to it.
Because he was supposed to come out, have his match at the main event, but now I'm reading that, oh no, it is, it's it's going to be second. First match, that the tag team might be main event. God, I can't talk either. So I wonder what's actually coming to fruition. Yes.
All right.
So I
John
wonder.
Cena, Brock Lesnar. It's a cop-out. It doesn't really matter who wins. The idea that people have that John Cena goes undefeated for the rest of his 5 dates and then loses at his last match, is a nice idea. Like, you obviously had to beat him to get the title off of him to put it back on Cody.
Yeah.
But for him to go, like, maybe 2 or 3 more shows, 2 or 3 more wins under his belt and then drop it to somebody. I like the idea of Braun Breaker. I don't know how they get there.
No kidding. And you're right, by the way. ESPN tweeted out at 1:32 p.m. and breaking news: John Cena and Brock Lesnar's match at WrestlePalooza will kick off tonight. Pat McAfee announced today.
There you go.
So now it is official. I just want to make sure your audience
like a referee whistle.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure they're absolutely informed. So I'm thinking the mixed tag main events. It could be the women's title, Io and Stephanie, because it's vacant. I imagine more. If anything, it'd probably be Cody and Drew, but you never know really what comes of it.
Yeah, Cody and Drew's kind of foregone conclusion for me.
See, I'm not so sure. Cody's lost it before, and apparently they have some faith in Drew and things they want to do here. So,
yeah, but Drew McIntyre, like, we'll I guess we're skipping over the John and Brock thing. I think John's winning.
I think John's winning as well. Yeah, I'm just saying that because we're pondering main events. I can see it being Cody, but more than anything, I feel like the mixed tag is the way to go. I mean, that's what
the story.
Yeah, that's what everybody is there for. Everybody wants that mixed tag team match, and I can't blame them.
No. Brock Lesnar, supposedly it's not just a one-off. So
yeah, he's supposed to be back for a while, like AJ, like a few of the other legends, and that is interesting. He can be beat here because it's John Cena's retirement tour, and hey, did we get Suplex City again, and all that kind of shit. There's
I
questions
want
of
to because how
grand.
many okay, I don't know whether he can stand it because both of them are older than they used to be.
Yeah,
But what was Suplex City was 16 suplexes, right?
I believe
What
so.
the
16 or
original
8, 18. I thought
yeah,
it was something around that.
yeah. But if we hit the the original Suplex City bitch
Yes.
thing, so let him let whatever it was, if John Cena can handle it, and I'm trying to say that nicely, hit one more than whatever the
It
original
was.
was, and have John Cena just fucking no sell it. Even our
Yeah.
truth Even our truth said to Brock Lesnar, "You don't get it, man. He's on another level. You're gonna
Yeah.
be dealing with Super Cena on Saturday." And I love that they've taken that and turned it into something that they can
Yeah,
use
they took the
because
meme and made it a
everything
reality. Now it's
yeah,
threatening the
but,
big boys.
everything's the thing about John Cena's character, right? And yes, we wasted a bunch of it on a heel turn that really didn't make any sense. But everything he does from now until the end can be like a wink and a nudge to the fans,
Yeah, they're making everybody
and it's fine,
redeem
and it
himself. It's
works.
trying, you know?
Like, they went back to, like, the John Cena Open Challenge with Sammy all those years ago and did it, and then it was interrupted by this. Um, I mean, I wouldn't like, John Cena winning all the way to the end and then dropping it at the end, I get that that's the story.
That should have been the
On the
story.
Yeah, on the night, partially because I wanna see everybody on X explode a little bit, Brock Lesnar winning wouldn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't kill John Cena.
No. Maybe it makes John doubt himself even more. I don't have it. I couldn't beat
Yeah.
Brock. And, Archer could be like, you never beat Brock. But, that kind of shit, even though he did. But you get my point. Like, they could turn it into storyline, obviously. I think it would be fun.
John Cena was the last person eliminated
In the Royal
to
Rumble.
give the Royal Rumble win to Jey Uso. Jey Uso's going through a time right now where looking not quite so babyface, which John Cena just went through. Do we get John Cena Jey Uso? I don't know why I haven't thought of that until just now.
I know, but
That
that'd be great,
that
wouldn't it?
that that holy shit, what just happened look on John Cena's face when he got eliminated from the Rumble.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, kid, you
people
fucked
memed the
everything up.
shit
If
out
I
of
didn't
that.
go to Elimination Chamber, I would have never turned heel. Like, he can have a whole promo on it.
Something like that, yeah.
That would be
Because like,
diabolically excellent.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with this match. Cena's probably gonna win. If it's
Well, we're
Lesnar, I'm gonna
discussing
laugh.
main events, so I mean, it all is simpatico, my friend.
It's all the main event. Um, Might as well do Cody and Drew next.
Yes.
I I get what you're saying with them having a lot of faith behind Drew, and he can
Yeah.
do a lot. The character work that he does, a lot of it is it's a more serious version of like conspiracy theory Sammy. A lot of it is like
Yeah.
everybody's out to get me. I've just been screwed again. Oh my god, like the big clouds hanging over me and whatever. So he immediately becomes less interesting if he wins.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I wanna see him
Okay.
succeed
I
because
get that.
I think he's doing the best work out there right now. He's got a good gripe, and every good heel has a little bit of truth in what they're complaining about.
Yeah.
He helped pull WWE through the what do you call it? The pandemic. He had amazing matches with Seth. He had feud of the year with CM Punk, and everywhere along the way, he's always fallen short. He always feels like not only that he's lost, but he's been screwed on the way to losing. And for him to get back into the title picture against Cody Rhodes and come up short again, and in his own mind, it'll be because I was thinking about Randy and the match we had last week, and all the external factors that are not even really there. Um, I think Drew McIntyre gets more interesting if he keeps losing.
No doubt about it.
Cody or Randy gets involved
I think he
because I
could, but I'm saying no. Randy doesn't get involved, and it ends up just being. I could see a disqualification, which might be shitty, but they gotta find a way to continue
I
this feud without Drew losing.
here's the
So,
thing, and it's not specific to this match, right?
hmm
There is a lot, and it's not just the AEW stuff. I'm putting the AEW stuff on the shelf for a second, right?
okay,
WWE has a lot hanging this show.
yes,
It's their okay, not for us, but for you guys. It's their debut on ESPN.
Yeah.
It is a day where they're going head to head with their so-called competition.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a lot of bad headlines right now because of the Saudi mania stuff, rightly or wrongly.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not getting
Yeah.
into that
Right.
right now. But
Rightfully so. But
they're in a lot of people are bitching about the ESPN thing. There's technical issues and da 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 da. And apparently one of the sponsors for the show is like a scammer that's selling like protect your brain from 5G waves paint or some
yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
They're like,
The
but it's
lead
supposed to be
paint
this
in our
big,
cell phones, man.
but it's like for pay-per-view, it's the equivalent of the first Netflix episode of Raw. Like it
Yeah.
is a big deal for them, and there's a lot coming down on them right now.
Oh yeah, especially to have this
I think
global eyes,
I
on
think
you.
this is the show where they can't afford to give us a bullshit ending on any match. Like there might be story afterwards, there might be an attack
Yeah.
afterwards. I think this is the pay-per-view. I think this pay-per-view is more significant. Now, it's not bigger for anybody freaks out there.
Yeah, but it's
It's
more
not bigger,
significant.
but this pay-per-view is more significant than WrestleMania. This
Yeah.
pay-per-view is more significant than the first ever two-night SummerSlam. This is gonna be, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, this is gonna be a turning point weekend for
Oh
them
yeah.
on a lot of different fronts.
It's
They're gonna
massive.
be saving face, they're gonna be debuting new stuff, they're gonna be up against the competition because, AEW had to counter program them and stuff, it's fine. Um, but of all the shows that we have gotten this year or will get this year, I think this is the one show where they can't afford to give us any bullshit ending.
I agree. I just am so
We're so
PTSD'd
hardwired
into
for it to
yeah,
look for it, right?
exactly. Can't help it.
But, I think Cody retains, and I think it's for the better. Um, I think maybe after the fact, Randy Orton comes out to celebrate with him. Randy Orton takes a Drew McIntyre that's already lost and punts him because he didn't get to punt him on SmackDown last week,
Yeah.
like something like that.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people are saying now that they'd rather see Cody and Randy at Mania than Cody and Punk, and I don't agree. Cody and Randy is something that they've got to check off the list at some point. It's up there with the things that need to happen.com or whatever you want to call it,
Yes.
but I don't think it needs to be at WrestleMania because I don't think that result is going to be in any doubt.
I
To be
don't think
perfectly
so
honest with
either.
you.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it,
But I think it's
but
gonna be a good match though. Like Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre have a lot of weird history depending on how far back in WWE you want to go. When they were like the chosen ones, when they were tag team champions with the penny belts.
yeah, that
So
was a while
it
back.
depends how far back in your history you want to go. But and I mean, look at the wrestlers involved. It's not gonna be a bad match.
No, certainly not. Which you be
Um,
surprised people are surprised about.
okay, we got a match that kind of mirrors a match on the AEW card. Figure
Okay.
this one out, right?
Yeah. It
We've
does
got
a
we
little
got Edge and
bit.
Christian. Edge and
Yes.
Christian reunited and it feels so good against
And
the
it
Revival. And
feels so good.
what did I say? It doesn't really matter their opponents, which is an incredibly disrespectful thing for me to say about the Revival.
Yes,
Um
but you're not wrong.
Now we got a cool match here, and the match is played out in various variations on Raw for the past like 6 weeks, to the point where, yes, for all of you out there that like to complain, it is getting a bit old. But
Just a little bit, but
the story is not by any big stretch of the imagination, by far. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are quickly becoming one of my favorite tag teams in WWE.
oh,
The
no doubt about it.
reunion the reunion of the Usos is the story, though.
Yes.
Just like the reunion of Edge and Christian is the story.
Oh, hands
Although Edge and
down,
Christian were
absolutely.
although Edge and Christian were never a thing in AEW, but we don't need to go there. We already covered it. It's fine.
Yeah, we don't need to
Dust
worry
in my
about
hands.
that.
And I think the way they're playing it, like they didn't just like hook back up like nothing ever changed. I think the fact that both Jimmy and Jay are coming from like this really unconfident place. Like Jimmy Uso's the one guy in the what do you call it? In the
The
original
bloodline?
bloodline
Yeah.
that's never been a title, that's never had a solo run, that's never had a solo title and whatever. Jey Uso has and lost it. So he's fighting the I had it, but was it a fluke? Jimmy's fighting the I've never had it. They've both got like the confidence issue. and they should be building each other up, but really they're taking their insecurities out on each other.
Yeah, and
That's what it
tearing
feels like.
themselves down.
Now they're playing it off because WWE is about as subtle as a sledgehammer. Hey, Jey Uso is becoming the new Roman Reigns because he's angry or something like this, right? But I don't want to see them fight again because people shit on their brother versus brother match at WrestleMania way too much. It
Yeah, no
wasn't
doubt about
great,
it.
but it doesn't deserve what it gets from some people.
No,
It
no,
really
certainly
doesn't.
not. Not even in the slightest. And that's what sucks.
I'm
Like, no one
the
deserves that
story
bullshit.
the story is the reunion of the Usos, and I think the story is uh the Usos. Can they coexist? No. I think the big boys get the win
I
because they've been
agree.
fighting with each other. They've been fighting with LA Knight. They're not going to go mentally and physically. They're not going in 100%.
Yes.
Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are just joined at the hip with the sole goal of hurting people.
This is probably the
And
worst thing a podcaster can do, but ditto, my friend, ditto. You're preaching. Like, this is exactly my issue. The Bronze have lost every single important match. And then they're like, oh, Seth's like, oh, we're still doing good. Yeah, because you're the champ now, but everybody else lost 10 times over. So not only do they need this desperately, but like you said, too, it's a decisive win over reuniting Usos. They can't coexist, can they? Because Jay's acting like, you know, the Ula
it's
Fala
not, and the thing
holder.
about it is it's not a title match, but it is kind of the John Cena element of like the Usos were looked at as the bet like undoubtedly the best team in the company for so long, right?
For a long
So
time.
getting a notch on your belt like, hey, we beat the Usos is bigger than winning the titles necessarily. And I think they will win the titles
Yeah.
eventually as well.
It's almost as good as
Um,
facing Catanzaro and Chance there. Oh,
yeah. But no, I was watching the old CM Punk interview on the Colt Cabana podcast. So
oh,
let me just say that beating the Usos could be another notch on your badge.
yeah. Real old school
But
throwback, that one.
like the Usos, like okay, Jay, people said he didn't make a good world champion. I don't think they're right. Jimmy hasn't had a chance to do it yet. The Usos as a tag team is a different story. It's like the Hardys.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
just sync right back up.
what's the popularity? Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys, then Matt,
Yep.
unfortunately. Right?
Yeah.
With the Usos, though, you put them together as a unit, and the unit means something. And I
It's more
hope they
popular than
use,
the single.
considering that they've been playing around with people's old music this week on the Homecoming show, I really hope they bring back the Usos music, even
Yeah,
if
no
it's just
kidding.
for one night. And I think it'll be fantastic. And you know what
You know,
I
like day one
clocked this.
ish.
Yeah, I clocked this like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are so in sync that in their own ways they attack their opponents in the same ways.
Yeah.
How did Bronson Reed take out Seth Rollins when he originally earned Seth Rollins' respect supposedly?
Tsunami.
How many?
6 tsunamis.
6 tsunamis. And what is the tsunami damage? What part of the body does it damage?
The solar plexus and abdomen and rib
Torso.
cage.
Torso. I'm going for torso. I'm going for torso. Let's
Oh,
be
God.
Now, who else on that same team has a ridiculous maneuver that might also do a little bit of damage to somebody's torso?
Both men, the spear and the tsunami. Yes.
That's what I'm going for. So tsunami. It's not like they've got
Spear.
somebody
Yeah.
like Matt Hardy hitting the twist of fate, which would affect your neck, and then Jeff Hardy hitting the swanton, which would affect your, like I say, your torso area.
Yeah.
You've got two guys with one point of impact. Now, comes at it from very different ways. Bronson using his size, Braun using his speed. But I think that element alone is something that WWE and the people on commentary specifically need to zero in on, and I haven't heard them do it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen any type of
Like you'll see people coming out that have been attacked by both guys, and they'll both be wrapped up in the ribs, but they've never really touched on both guys in that massive, like terrifying tag team. They go for the exact same spot. Nobody's grabbing a hold. Nobody's grabbing a wrist lock or an ankle lock. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Nobody's pulling out a chicken wing. You're going for the midsection. You're splitting somebody in half. every time, whether it's a tsunami or a spear. Now, if they can combine them somehow, that'd be fantastic.
That would be great. Spear into the tsunami. I'm sure they could set it up right.
Yeah. Or tsunami and then, like, peel them up off the mat and hold them
No,
up by one arm to be
you
speared.
just get a big spatula.
Something like that. But I'm going with the Brownies
Yeah,
because,
I am as
yeah,
well.
I
Not to follow suit, but they've lost so many times when it's important. They desperately need the win. They lost to Cody and team up with Roman. They've lost to, like it's been over and over and over. So Bronze needs some ass whooping, period. Or else, why are we going to take them as a threat? The Vision comes out and it's like, oh, I could beat you two and Seth, whatever. So this needs to be, very, very, very violent in the sense of like, they need to destroy the Usos. They need to destroy Jimmy because Jimmy is going to get help, and then he pissed off Jay with his comments or something, and Jay walks away and sees his brother get destroyed. And I think that's how it ends.
You know what it is? And I know we knock AEW for doing it too much. I think somebody needs to bleed in this match.
Yeah, that would be.
And again, you go back to tsunami, tsunami, spear, spear. WWE hasn't done like an internal injuries angle
No,
in a long time because
it's not
it,
hard
it
to
can come
do,
it
but
can it's not hard to do, but it can come off really cheesy.
yes, and it can also look very
But
bad too.
it would make all the most sense in the world. You got broken ribs, ruptured spleen, leaky stomach, you know,
Yeah,
upset stomach, diarrhea, oh,
and
Pepto Bismol.
Pepto
But I would
upset
put Bret Hart in a
stomach,
Pepto bottle,
diarrhea.
anyways.
Goddamn Bill
Bret,
Goldberg, give me
Bret
heartburn.
Hart, Bret Hart's just angry these
he
days. It's fine.
gave me
Um,
he gave me heartburn.
and
I
the
was
heartburn
with
was
Stu
four
in
out
the
of 10.
basement.
Heartburn was 4 out of 10.
Heartburn didn't
And then
even know how
and
to
then
wrestle.
and then out comes Matt Riddle. Hey Goldberg, what a
But,
knee bar, bro.
but Matt Riddle, he doesn't even know he's too high. And Dave Meltzer gave that queer bag 5 stars.
Dave Meltzer out there trying to convince people that it's hard to download the ESPN app. So you
Yeah,
shouldn't
five and a
bother.
quarter stars is too much to handle though for AEW Dynamite segments.
All right. The vacant women's world title on Raw, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vacour. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this might be the best match of the night.
Yeah, if I hear one more time, co-host included, that this match is a terrible idea because it's too soon for Stephanie to win the belt, I'm going to choke somebody. Stephanie is the perfect person to win this. She is extremely over. She has a ton of room to grow. If Io gets the belt, it just kind of feels like it's going backwards. Like, oh, you were the champ. We had to give it up. Now you're just champ again. Doesn't because she didn't really earn her spot here. As whereas Stephanie won the Battle Royal. She's been fighting. She's been competing. But once she won the #1 contendership, she hasn't been featured on Raw at all until they had the delayed contract signing. So I think that's a problem too, because they took her out of mind, out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. Here's where we might slightly disagree, but not in the way that you think.
Mm.
I do think Stephanie should be champion. And I don't think it's too soon. My only reason for saying I want Io Sky to win here is because I want Stephanie to win the rematch, because there's something I can't really explain what I mean by this very properly. It's something to like whenever they create a new title or whatever. Oh, like these two people are the last two people in a tournament, and then somebody finally won the belt.
Yeah,
There's a difference between the title is vacant and two contenders are fighting for it, and I went up against a champion and beat them for their belt. And I think
exactly.
that's important for the Stephanie thing. So I would love a because they've been doing this thing where like Io Sky wants to be like super respectful, but what's it called? Damage control, or like trying to be like the devil on her shoulder, or at least
Yeah, they're
Asuka is,
pissed that she's with
because she's
anyone
being a nice
else.
person. Um, I want it to come down super close. Io wins because I mean Io Sky is not a bad choice as champion. Like
Not by any means,
with
but
with the love that we got for Stephanie, notwithstanding, Io Sky on her own, great choice for a champion. She's been a great champion. Um, but I would rather establish a champion again because it's on vacant right now. So anybody that wins right now is going to kind of be considered the paper champion. And
yeah, I
in
mean,
in in short no, but in short order, you set up the rematch.
Okay.
You have Adam Pearce come out there and say, I'm proud of you ladies. You guys were like the best match on the card. You made like he could do the GM thing. Oh, you made Monday Night Raw look real good out there
Yeah,
on the
you
first ever
did great for
ESPN show,
us.
whatever. Like come at it from that angle. And the only unfortunate thing about that was it wasn't the main event. Well, next week on Raw, it's going to be the main event because the crowd wants it. We want to see you guys run it back.
Yeah,
Stephanie
that works
Vacour takes it off
perfect.
her at that point because
New
New Day
day.
rocks.
Oh, so, okay,
But
we're on the same
also,
page.
but also, I love that. But also, what's the next pay-per-view on the calendar, not including NXT?
Takeover, Perth,
No.
whatever it is now.
Well,
It's
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel, yeah, whatever
The whole weekend is being called Take. Yeah.
takeover. Yeah, I keep
What they're
forgetting
doing
whatever the
now,
actual name is,
what
but
they're
yeah,
doing now is when they do a whole run of shows in one place, they're just calling that whole couple of
yeah,
days
because it is
Takeover.
you are taking over the town, the city,
Yeah.
the continent,
I wish
whatever
they
you want to
weren't
call it.
doing that though, because like for those of us in the black and gold era of NXT, the
Takeover
old
holds, yeah.
holds value, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they've done something else with it, right? Because especially after what they did this week on NXT, they want to give us Stephanie and Rhea.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. And what sucks is that not only is that something that they're building towards seemingly, but we also seem to get kind of a nice show of respect in a way. It's like we're gonna face each other, but we like each other still. So I wouldn't hate to see Rhea and Stephanie as women's tag champs later on down the line.
Well, because here's the problem that I have, right? First of all, who's the biggest star in the women's division?
Oh, Rhea Ripley, hands down, is the
What has she been doing?
everything. She's been backstage, she's been
No, but she
promoting, but
hasn't like who's
she's
she
not.
feuding with?
Yeah, nobody right now. Well,
She's
a
trying to
little
be
bit
friends with
with
Io,
yeah,
like,
but she's
and
not
that's
really
about
in
it.
any feuds currently. She's just showing up. She was in NXT. She was, she's all over the place because she's an ambassador now because she's so over.
So what you got to do, the story is, or the story was, up to and including Evolution, Rhea Ripley has never beaten Io. Rhea
Yes.
Ripley is gonna took on, or no, she didn't, but she's been in the face of like Asuka and Kyrie because they're trying to be like, oh, you can't be friends with her. This whole like schoolyard
White,
drama thing.
white,
It
not
only
right.
work.
A
It only
reverse
works
Asian
because Asuka.
face.
It only works because Asuka's crazy.
Yes,
But
and
they've been doing this whole thing where we don't want you to be friends with. And so what I'd like to see. Okay, so Io wins the title. Follow me on this. Io wins the title,
mm-hmm.
right? Stephanie
Boo!
gets her rematch. Stephanie
Yay!
gets her rematch like 2 weeks later. She
Yeah,
wins the
main
title.
event of Raw. Yep.
Rhea Ripley still has this backstage thing going on with Asuka. Like, what the fuck is your deal? Like, we're not children. You can't tell her who to be friends with. Eventually, on a random Raw that's going to spike a number, you get Rhea Ripley versus Asuka in the main event. Something happens. Asuka gets like kayfabe gets hurt or whatever. Io, who's a good person but still doesn't want to see her friend Asuka get hurt, sort of
Yeah.
says, "Hey Rhea, what the fuck is that?" Right? Okay, you know what? You want to do that to my friend? Da 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 da. We fought before. I know I can beat you. Rhea Ripley goes on the next week. Finally gets the win over Io Sky that she's been working towards since NXT.
Yeah.
And that after that, you have Adam Pearce once again. You don't necessarily announce it as a contenders match, but you come out, you say, "Hey, we know we're going to be in your backyard in I don't know 2-3 weeks, whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. It's going to be yourself versus Stephanie Vacour. It's the match that everybody wants."
Yeah.
And here's the thing: as much as I love Rhea, and as much as it would be in her hometown of Australia, I think Stephanie Vacour wins that match
Yeah, I think so too.
because Rhea Ripley, as big a star as she is, and I mean big, like big energy, she's bigger than most of them physically, big personality, she is Rhea Ripley fucking star.
Yeah.
Said that back in NXT UK. It's fine.
Well,
Don't
if
worry
you
about
do
it.
it this way, you get a few things out of it. Not only do you get like the initial reaction, but then when you have the first way done. So all right, and then you get the Rhea reaction when she's over in her home country, home continent, I should say. And then we also get the pomp of Stephanie defending successfully. So you get Io winning the vacant title. You get Rhea at home, and then you get Stephanie winning. Like, so you get like that, you know
But
what I
I think
mean?
I think you get a
And that's after the
really
Raw part
because
too.
because you see I don't know what you want to say, like chemistry, charisma, whatever, between her and Stephanie. They've got the very similar vibe.
Yeah.
Like, they're both on the dark side, a little bit gothic, a little bit rocker-y. Apparently, Stephanie Vacour had to have several meetings with Triple H and others to keep her
Oh yeah,
music
we
and
were
her
going over that.
entrance the same way
She
on the main
begged
roster.
Shawn Michaels. She's like, please don't let them change it. This is important to me. I really like my music. And
Yeah.
he was
And the
like,
thing is,
well, it's not that bad.
her music isn't super unique, but it works.
And it's
And I think
instantly
with a
recognizable now.
yeah, with a lot of the Def Rebel things, I think that's the best you could hope for. Like a
Yeah.
Seth Rollins situation where he took admittedly a shitty piece of music and got it over with the fans
Yes.
is slightly different. But like of the pretty generic Def Rebel type stuff,
This one's
Stephanie
not bad.
McCour's
Yeah.
isn't that bad, and she makes it work, and she vibes with it, right? But I
Exactly.
think
But
if
it fits her character. So you're right
yeah,
about making
but
it
if Rhea
work.
Ripley comes into this title match, not because she has an issue with Stephanie Vacour, but because she's just overcome this big hurdle
Obstacle.
with
Yeah.
thing, then they don't have any reason to hate each other. That's just two kick-ass main event stars in your biggest exhibition in your Australian Super Show. That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And it
No
sounds
doubt
like I'm
about it.
pushing Io Sky out of the way to get there but Io Sky and Asuka should have their own rivalry by that point. And
Exactly.
Kyrie,
You could even
Kyrie
have
should
EO
be
cost EO get the match cost by Asuka. You know, Asuka costs the match for EO. You know what I'm trying to say. Tongue tied.
yeah.
But yeah, you
But Kyrie should be the remember when the Shield broke up and it was like, oh, Rollins turned on Reigns and Ambrose was like, fuck both of you, I'm gonna go do my own thing.
yeah,
That should be Kyrie.
it should be.
Because right now she's trying to play peacemaker and she's getting shit on by everybody.
Kyrie! I love that when she yells at her and just has to go like sulk and take
She's
off. Kyrie!
she's the opposite of what's it called? Hardcore Holly.
Yes.
Give her no belts and have her beat nobody.
She just put him in the hospital.
Aw.
Come on, Kyrie.
I think she gets a bad rap as well.
She
I like
does.
Kyrie.
I like keeping the
I'd
joke up
rather
too,
okay, I'll
but
tell you what, I'd rather watch Kyrie than Riho.
or
That's
Brock.
not Kyrie versus Brock would be hilarious.
That would be
You
a
can do it in
murder.
WWE 2K, it's fine.
That would be a murder. Let's see Brock take on Nikita Lyons.
Never mind a murder, Brock could stow her safely in the overhead compartment.
You know what was kind of cool in a way? Brock Lesnar's daughter gets a lot of shit for looks and stuff like that. She just won some national gigantic award, like heading into like Olympic level. She is like the best shot put champion in I don't know if it's North America or the world. I don't want to like oversell, but it's very high ranking. Like she busted her ass for it. And she went out and all the medals are behind her, but she takes this bikini photo and she's like, let's break the internet. And it was like, oh my God, see how pretty she looks when she's wearing makeup and she's dressed like a girl and she's not. I mean, sweat hog in like a nice way, like in the sense of like, you just come out of the gym, you're a fucking drenched mess. And everyone looks like a beast at that point, of course. Snapping those photos, no one's going to look sexy.
And it's not the same way, but people pull the same kind of shit on Jordan Gray.
Oh, exactly what I was getting into. Jordan Grace deals with this. Rhea even dealt with it.
The only problem is with her being Lesnar's kid. First of all, she's not a celebrity in her own right, so she doesn't have like a built-in fan base that's going to defend her like Jordan Grace has. And she's going to get extra shit because she's Brock's kid.
It's the dual fold, and it sucks for that.
It's the next Charlotte Flair.
Yes,
thing.
And that was Charlotte's big thing. She said that she was her way for so long, and not she was politicking and fearing and all that because her dad basically warped her perception, and everybody made her feel like, well, you're just a Flair. So you got the easy ride here. You got the nepotism ticket. You didn't have to earn your way. You were just handed everything.
It's almost a psychological point of if your parents did something of substance, you're not allowed to.
Yes. You're just piggybacking really on the idea.
No, because and it's one of those things like I'm not spending any time on Google Googling Brock Lesnar's kid.
Yeah.
But like it
but
gets
shared
in
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but it gets shared in wrestling circles because, whatever, it is what it is. And so much of it is like, oh, I don't even know what her name is, to be perfectly honest with you, but like Brock Lesnar's kid, whatever, achieves such and such. And you'll get some dickhead like quote tweeting it or whatever. Yeah, too bad about her dad though. Like,
yeah,
and what the fuck are we doing?
What are we? It's her, and she says she gets all sorts of harassment and hate that she couldn't put stuff on like public for a while, and then she eventually got over it, but it was hard. And I'm like, I don't blame you. That sucks. I've dealt with a very minor
Can we
version of that,
just
and
I'm sorry, and I don't wanna keep leaning and not really talking about the things that are going on in the world right now. Can we not be, like, targeting people? Can this not be a thing? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
yeah,
Her
and
dad, she's the kid of
Maya
somebody
Lesnar,
that no.
that's
Oh,
her.
yeah, Maya, yeah.
Yeah, I looked
But
it up. So.
she's gonna get shit on because she's the kid of a guy that might have known about what another guy might have done. So let's shit on her and destroy her confidence while she's actually doing more out there than what these assholes on Twitter are doing.
Exactly, and that's the thing, and it's like, people
Right.
just have to be assholes for assholes' sake. But yes, Maya, there we go. I sent you the picture, and it was like, the other side of her, and but
On the other side.
she just got a huge welcome at CSU as she joins the Walk of Champions, and
Nice.
because she's the class of 2025, so she got a huge reception there. And then I guess she did some noble thing. She went out of her way to, uh, she made a sponsorship appeal for an unsigned player, despite her having an unbeaten record. She was trying to help somebody else get signed, and it was just like,
Nice.
wow, that's really cool.
Careful, good people out there doing good shit,
Yeah.
No good deed goes unpunished these days.
She was talking about Jordan Van Klinken, I think her name is, but she was basically like, I wonder if anybody else remained unbeaten throughout their entire college career. Can't wait to see what this will mean for my contract when I go forward. And she helped her get a
Nice.
sponsorship out of the goodness of her heart with a little bit of social media post she has. But I just saw,
And you would
she
thi
had
and
that
you would think it
photo
would
out,
be a good
and
thing because what is it? She does shot put, right?
yep, shot put. So
That's not exactly a sport that gets the center stage a
coverage,
lot of the time, like,
especially with females, that's really a rarity.
well, well, female sports in general kind of suffer from that. That's another conversation to
Yeah,
have, but, like, as an activity, it's
exactly.
not
It's
one
not
that
covered.
takes centers like, here for all we know, like, she could go and become the Caitlin Clark of shot put, but no, let's shit on her because we don't like her dad because he might have done something, but really it's because he beat Kofi Kingston on SmackDown fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
what are we
still hung
doing?
up on that.
Can't yeah, of course we are, and we know why, and I'm not gonna say it because I don't wanna get kicked off YouTube.
But it's
Anyways,
sad you have to even have those worries.
moving swiftly on to something that will still probably get me kicked off YouTube. CM Punk and AJ Lee are gonna beat Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say here. They're going to let AJ look great as she should. And I'm thinking it's just going to be a very fun match. I think it's going to be great. And what more do you need?
I need a minute just to say, like, it's fucking awesome. Like, we've been, anticipating it, whatever words you wanna use, like, her comeback for so long. It's
I got
just
so
I
sick
don't
of it because everyone said it so. Oh, she's coming back. Did you
yeah,
see this? She sneezed on Instagram. You remember when she
mhm,
sneezed? Like, and it's like, guys, really, she's gonna come back. You'll see her. No, really, she's coming. I went and I'm like, guys,
mhm.
guys, please trust me. And it just kept going that way. And there's a lot of people that are just hung up on the fact, oh, she's coming. And I'm like, I don't think she's coming back till Rumble time. Originally, it was supposed to be Survivor Series. Now it's Rumble. But
And you
there's
know
other
what?
people
Like,
besides Liv.
it has nothing to do with the match or the feud or anything whatsoever, but, like, let's be fucking real for a second. In AEW, CM Punk came out for a promo, right around the time that Dean Ambrose, John Moxley was taking some time off to deal with his alcohol stuff. Who's
Yes.
the first person who's the first person to go out on a promo on a live mic on an AEW and shout out John Moxley for that?
Yeah,
Conversely,
exactly.
AJ Lee makes her comeback, shows up on Raw. They gave her a live mic, and I think she said in an interview afterwards, like, "Yeah, they didn't tell me anything. They just said go grab the mic and say whatever you want to say." And the
Yeah.
first 5 minutes is like telling fans like
Her
it's
story.
cool if it no, but like no, but telling fans like it's cool if you're having like
Yeah,
mental health
bad.
stuff. I had mental health
Exactly.
stuff. Go figure. She got a therapy chant on
Yeah,
Monday Night Raw.
exactly.
Like I and people are gonna say, "Oh, yeah, Spaz, you're supposed to be talking about a wrestling pussy shit." Like this shit's important
It is
and it's
important.
good.
And
And
people
it
don't realize that
people
enough.
putting us people putting a spot like how can I say this? People putting a spotlight on important things deserve a spotlight put on them that they can put on those important things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you're doing good shit, you should get the credence of doing good shit so that more people can watch you doing good shit, so that more people can be aware of that good shit. Like, you know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
I'm
It's trickle
being
down
intentionally
economics, but you're right.
intentionally rambly. Yeah.
Yes.
But and on the other side of the coin as well, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are playing this off perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, they acted their role perfect. I can't say that enough for these two.
When AJ first made her comeback, the look on Becky's face was awesome. The fact that Seth Rollins wouldn't even come out of the crowd,
To help,
um,
yeah.
the way they went from like mocking her to they hit her with the 1-2 punch of like, "You really want to have this match on Saturday? We know your neck's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Do you really want to have this match on Saturday? We know what your husband does when things don't work out." Like right one after the other, it was like it's all like yippy and nippy and like, just taking swipes at each other. And it's like, okay, a couple of body blows in there as well.
Yeah, a bit too much, but
And you know what though? And again, it goes back to like sometimes I just want to see people being happy, right?
no doubt.
CM Punk on the SmackDown just because it happened to be in Chicago and that's where it made sense to do it. Watch CM Punk's face when AJ comes out.
Oh, I've gone back and
Like
seen
it's
different
fucking
angles.
awesome. It's
He's
fucking
staring at her
awesome.
like a puppy waiting to be adopted.
It's
And for
just
them to
it is
have that strong of a love 10 years later, make it through everything,
yeah.
and it's great.
Yeah. And
It
they
really
both
is.
were given very similar bad exits, and they've both gotten over that hump,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't wanna say trauma because it's not the word I'm thinking
No,
of,
but
but,
I think
like,
if Vince was still there, neither of them would have returned probably. I don't think
yeah,
Punk would have come back. I think the change in the background is what got Punk to feel it out and be like, okay, this is a little different.
friggin',
We're not working
what was it,
15 house shows a week.
what was it, the interview he did with, Ari Emanuel?
Yes.
Ariel whatever,
Ariel Helwani.
um, Ariel Helwani. What was Ari Emanuel's
He's the
fighter, isn't he?
no, he's the one that owns TKO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is guys,
Well, one of the heads of TKO.
every time I'm doing a podcast solo and I stumble and I say, "This is why I need a co-host. This is why I need a co-host."
Bam, baby.
Um, but in that interview, he was like, "Oh, did you ever get it when you came back? Did you ever talk to Vince?" And he says, "Yeah." He gave me a hug and he said, "Welcome back." And he said, "Why don't you come up to my office in an hour?" And then I never saw him again. I'm like, all right.
It's like, all right then, I'll take it. Sure.
Yeah.
Where do I go from here, boys?
I don't know. I kind of like the fact that they're going out all guns blazing with John Cena and Brock as the opener.
Yeah. Brock always says he
It's
wants to be last and or first, because if he's not first, he's last. If he's not last, he's first. And it's
yeah.
a great rule to have
Well, you know
because
what it is for
you
me,
either get the
and
fresh crowd, you get the crowd to look forward to you.
but you know what it is as well. Like assuming, and I don't know what it's like to be a wrestler. I don't want to pretend that I do. I like to think of myself as a personable person. I'd like to think that if I was back there, like I'd get along with the people around me.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to be in the main event, then let me get my stuff over with, and then I can cheer on my coworkers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, I'm sure that's not necessarily Brock's motivation,
No,
but
but
do you remember
you got to
like
believe there's
forever
something to it, right? I mean, how could we not?
when the Hardys were at their hype, right? And they were always the first match out of the gate because they always wanted the Hardys to get out there, get the energy up like for the
Yeah,
rest of
get
the
them
show.
moving.
And they said like, yeah, you can get your stuff out of the way and kick back and watch everybody else. You sit in gorilla and watch everybody else that comes back after you. High five them, tell them good job, da 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 da. If you're in the
Yeah.
middle or if you're in the main event, you're thinking about your stuff the whole time. Um, yeah, first on the card is not what was the old cliche? The old cliche was like, "Oh, you're just the curtain jerk." It's not a thing.
No, not anymore. And like I said too, they're not having 15 fucking house shows a week where they have to go ahead
No.
and deal with all of this to be, because that was what the killer part was. That's what Punk's main gripe was. It wasn't always like the Raws and stuff. It was the fact that he had to run like a freaking maniac from jet to jet to jet to place to go ahead and basically be told,
But
hey,
that was
I'm
more
injured.
that was more when he had the big thing fucking like growing on his waist that nobody would
Yeah,
look
and his
at.
butt, and yeah, the staph infection and all. But what I'm saying
Mm.
is like there was just it was the house show loop that was killing these guys because they were doing Raw, they were doing SmackDown, and then they would have like 2 house shows on Saturday and Sunday, one on Friday. And then if they were Raw, they would be on Tuesday doing the house show instead of SmackDown, and the SmackDown show would
Yeah.
do the Raw house show that night. So that
The
was like, you know, five to 7 shows a week
But
every
the
time.
unfortunate thing about that is that's not a one solution fix,
No.
because you think about the amount of experience Punk had before he even came to WWE the first time. He was coming
Yes.
in with a lot of experience under his belt. Now, the people that aren't coming in with that much of experience,
People that aren't going through the independence, yeah.
they kind of need to have to go that
Well,
house.
that's
And
why you no, but you
I'm
hear
not saying
Jade
7
fans
days a
say
week.
she needs to go through the house show loop because
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, she's good, but she's not great." And it's like even her detractors are saying it like, "Yeah, she's got something there, but just like in AEW, they're not allowing her to hone in or harness enough of her abilities." And
Yeah, but
instead of
in friggin'
worrying about the
AEW, they booked her like
flashy,
Ryback, though.
yeah, that
Even
was
the
the
matches she
problem.
was having weren't gonna help her with.
No, that's what I'm saying. So she learned one style just to be a squash, you know, fighter for the
Yeah.
whole time, and that only made things more difficult for her because then she got pigeonholed into that spot.
And the thing is, like, WWE is a star building company. Like, we're gonna
Oh yeah,
take you and we're
definitely.
gonna make you a star, right? The problem is, and this is where they kinda shot themselves in the foot with Jade Cargill, right? Um, I think they brought her in with so much pomp and circumstance and so much, like, metaphorical pyro around her.
Yeah. Oh,
They brought her
absolutely.
in as somebody that was too big to put in NXT,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't have made sense.
No,
So
it didn't. It didn't work.
they almost did too good of a job of amplifying her star power right out of the gate, which is a funny thing to say, but it is kind of also what
Because they
happened.
presented her on the level of what we would now call Rhea Ripley. Because Rhea, we watched mature and
Yes.
grow up in front of her eyes. She was great, or she was good, but she wasn't great. She had to get the character. She had to learn to believe in herself. We saw the blonde hair go. Then we saw the bimbo outfit go. Then we saw, you know what I mean? Like the stuff she wasn't comfortable with. And we were like, oh, we'll see what comes of it. And she started to dress goth, and she started to use the heavy makeup, and so we saw the
Mhm.
development of her as a character. But we're not getting a ton of that for a lot of these
When they told her she
people.
had to wear long gear because they didn't want ladies showing off their tattoos,
Yes,
because that's not a dated mentality at all.
right. You know, you're not going to
Like,
get
fuck
hired with that
me.
job. So
Oh.
we've come a long way, and things have changed a drastic deal. So I think people need to remember and be a little more
You know
optimistic,
what kills
shall
me about
we?
that is, like, go back a couple of generations and their biggest star was Lita, who was tattooed all over.
Oh yeah, but that
So, like, they took a
counterculture
step
became
back to
our
go,
culture, if you understand what I'm
"Oh,
saying. Like we are
yeah,
the Karens, the
we are not
freakouts.
your kind."
Yes, exactly.
Ah, it all comes back to
Nice little
NXT
Slipknot
because
wrestling reference.
I don't even like Slipknot, but that
That's a
worked at the
great
time. But
song.
the original NXT entrance,
Oh, that'll
in
forever hold the
Slipknot, yeah, it
nostalgia in
was
our
good.
hearts.
Just that big drum beat right at the beginning.
I mean, we got a
Anyways,
big SmackDown Friday. We've got Randy and Drew going head to head. You know that's going to be exciting. Cody Rhodes will be there, so we've got a lot to look forward to and see what develops as the weekend gets ready to happen. But I'm
here's a
excited.
question for you.
Yes, sir.
Coming out of AAA, do we see Pagano and Psycho Clown show up on SmackDown to get a receipt on the Wyatt Six?
I was wondering that. I'm not so sure it's going to happen yet, but I think it is going to happen. I think we're
That
going
match is
to
made for
get.
me, by the way. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
putting
going
that
to
out there.
be
The Wyatt Six versus the Clowns.
a lot of damn
It's gonna
fun.
be so good. And I'm gonna watch everybody that, like, that's not their thing and be like, "Yeah,
The
well,
only thing
it's
that's
my turn.
weird is
My turn.
making
Fuck
the
off."
Wyatt Six heel. Like that's the problem with it. So because no one wants to boo them
Yeah,
right
but it's just
now.
like they're both in that weird realm, and it's just like we're the more weirderest than you.
Exactly.
I'm so and specific I like
Strange,
I know
strange,
we've talked we
strange.
well, strange stuff, but, like, I like the fact that in the Wyatt Six, the 2 that they've chosen to pair up as the team are Loomis and Gacy.
Yes.
Because even within the group, the 2 of them together as a team have wicked chemistry, and when that match starts, and I don't know whether it's gonna be at a, Crown Jewel Perth or at a whatever else is coming after that. You know what it is? Even though neither team is on NXT, put that
Yeah.
match on Halloween Havoc.
Oh, I know.
Or Survivor Series, or whatever the case may be. You could have Team AAA versus Team WWE. That could be fun. War
Exactly.
Games.
There could be a lot to it that's enjoyable.
El Luoro del Gamezo. I think I'm done.
It's my good man.
I just want to encourage you guys one more time, if you're still listening to me, once again, go over to the Wrestling for Life Network Facebook
Yes.
page. They are doing a fundraiser for Nick's birthday for the International Bipolar Foundation. Please go toss in some pennies in their bucket if you can, and if not, a like and a share costs nothing. Tell them we sent you. Tell them we send all of our love through you. And yeah,
Yes.
but now we go back to your regularly scheduled outro. Jake, tell them where to find you.
Yes, we'll throw them some shekels, sire. You can find me on YouTube, Jake Countdown Ended DeMarco, youtube.com/Jake DeMarco to make it easy. You can find me on Twitter/X, on Instagram, and on Rumble, all at Countdown Ended. You can go ahead and reach out to me by email, countdownended@hotmail.com, if you have any reason to do so. And then, of course, we're on TikTok now, so it's Jake.Countdown. Go ahead and check that out over there as well. And Into Somewhere is now on Spotify, so you can listen to your weekly wrestling reports on there. Thank you so much for having me, as always, my friend. Going to be a very exciting, action-packed weekend with a ton of wrestling. And you're going to be there in person.
I'm going to be there in person, sending you pictures from,
you know why?
All Out, while I'm getting used to, getting ready for WrestlePalooza.
Damn straight, but you know why?
Why?
Because it's in Toronto.
Yo, we clutched up
it's in Toronto. It's not the Chamber, and it's not the Dome.
Yeah.
All right. All of you listening, thank you for listening. I hope you're all being nice to each other. He's been Jake. I've been Spaz. This has been 2 pay-per-view previews and a lot of other shit. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation, keep all these conversations going. Don't be a stranger. I will talk to each and every last one of you later, but for right now, me and Super Sexy Jake are tagging out. Bye, guys.
WrestlePalooza.